It's time for the Death of Xbox arc to continue. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. Consider becoming a channel member. Oh, damn, that's not good. Patreon option, the Discord for stream alerts, and the Amazon store affiliate link. All that more in the video description below. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it, yeah. Social media, Amazon store, yeah. Alright guys, sadly, I got lasered. No, sadly the Death of Xbox arc is continuing. It's a little disappointing. I mean, like, we knew layoffs and stuff were coming, and there was talks of that guy's really lasering me down. You know, there was talks of a studio, like a single studio closure, but I didn't think the results were going to be this bad. So there's several studios that are on the chopping block here. And there's not really a way to sugarcoat it. Xbox is looking to a Microsoft Xbox after their mismanagement for well over a decade. Obviously, the blame goes to the studios and not Phil Spencer or Satya or anything like that. I mean, everybody knows that, right? Obviously, it's the studio's fault for how things have gone. But, yeah, Xbox bought a bunch of studios in order to compete and create content for Game Pass. And then they're like, well, you know, they made a lot of bad choices. Things kind of fell apart. I was really hoping that energy drain would get those guys and I could do pop, 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 pop. I guess not. Yeah, so it's like, I remember when Phil Spencer was there and the energy of like, yeah, we're buying these studios, Xbox is like, ready to compete and be a thing again. You know, after they had contracted and lost all their exclusives and everything was falling apart and Lionhead was closed and they're like, yo, we are back. And I was like, oh, they bought some studios, you know, they bought Ninja Theory, who was coming off of Hellblade, which was well liked. You know, that was not really available on Xbox, and they were bringing it over. And then Compulsion, who did We Happy Few, they had a lot of potential. You know, they also did Contrast, which I quite like. If you haven't played Contrast, it's a good little indie game. It's a little Bioshock-esque. It's not too long. But it's actually, you know, it's kind of an enjoyable game. I'd recommend checking it out. I think it's on Game Pass. I don't know. Actually, not too sure. Might be. Hard to tell these days, right? Anyways. Yeah, then they're like, we bought Double Fine. And Double Fine, they're like, you know, they make quirky, neat indie games. That's what they do. And it was like, okay, cool. So there's a little bit of energy going on. There's a little bit of excitement for Xbox. You know, the potential for them is good again, you know? It's like, oh yeah, they're doing stuff. And here we are, several years later, all the studios are either going to be closed, or they're, apparently some are in agreements or chats to be, like, bought out or spun off from Xbox, so that maybe these studios can survive, again, solo, like, independent, indie again, which, again, the whole thing of like, you know, Tim Schafer's always talking, and he's like, the whole reason we let, like, Xbox buy us was so that we could, you know, we wouldn't have to, like, worry about financials. We would be, you know, wouldn't have to sit there every year being like, oh, is our studio gonna live? You know, we're gonna be financially safe. We just had to make great, you know, just make games. Great games that we always make. And then, yeah, we talked about it a lot. Like, obviously, Double Fine's last couple choices were not really financially viable games. Allegedly, there was a third larger game. I don't know what happened to that, or maybe Xbox just doesn't care anymore. Like honestly, if you check out the Satya interview from the other day, basically he says it without saying it, but he says it that like they're just done with Xbox. Like Microsoft does not care. They are tired of Xbox losing the money. Well, I mean, like, honestly, a lot of the issues that are happening are because of Satya, whether that's AI data server problems, like, you know, the costs of everything going up, or bad management of getting rid of exclusives, or that this is an Xbox campaign. You know, it's like a lot of blame goes to Sarah Bond, strangely. Like, I mean, obviously she was a problem, but, like, you know, Satya's her boss. Phil Spencer was their boss. Phil Spencer deserves a ton of blame. Like, actually, the whole mess we're dealing with right now, you could almost squarely put on Phil Spencer and Satya's shoulders. It's entirely the mismanagement. Either mismanagement of him, you know, not running Xbox a little bit better, as far as like putting a leash on what they're doing, or Phil Spencer just having no idea what he's doing. I think that's one thing we've definitely learned is Phil Spencer had no idea what he was doing for the last 10 years. Not a fucking clue. The guy literally bought up tons of stuff in the industry, damaged it, did crazy amounts of layoffs, didn't produce high caliber games. It was a mess, and I do hope that at the end of the day, that's the legacy there of Phil Spencer's run, is the guy just ruined Xbox. Absolutely. Can I get a Warthog here, please? Can I get a Warthog run? Part of the process. Yep, I'm sure any one of these days Xbox is finally going to be successful now that they've gotten rid of the talent that's supposed to fuel Game Pass and that and all these developers. But like, yeah, so the names on the chopping block currently, and again, there's several. There's more that haven't even really been named because, you know, there's not really full confirmed sources on everything, and it's kind of like from Bloomberg and some other reporters is the situation we're seeing here. And Sure is obviously like the gaming kind of journalist as far as somebody that's actually like serious about the profession and stuff. And you know, part of the reporting was from him in his Bloomberg article where they're talking about compulsion. Compulsion was the first to kind of be mentioned, but also apparently Ninja Theory is the most kind of like literally. We've got some more confirmed stuff on them. Like literally, their employees were told today that they're done. But you know, these studios again are trying to find a way to like buy themselves out or find funding and leave. But funding is really hard to get in the gaming industry right now. Don't Nod's also struggling, and their cash reserves run out in I think October, something like that. So Don't Nod's screwed. But yeah, so not looking good for these companies. But yeah, it's Compulsion, Ninja Theory, Double Fine, and Arcane, because apparently Blade got canceled. So yeah, those four are the immediate ones. There's also, again, the word is several Xbox studios. There's chats of layoffs from the Bethesda teams. There's chats from ID, Bethesda. They're talking about Rare might be another studio that was one that was on the chopping block. Some other Xbox game studios, Obsidian, In Exile, stuff like that, are all kind of the discussion going around that none of these studios are safe. They might lose teams within their studios, like Obsidian might literally become like a single team studio again. You know, the entire industry is just like going through a hard time right now. Yeah, so the whole thing's just kind of shrinking there. I did good last match. Wonder if I could see that last playlist. I had like 30 kills. I mean, it is mostly from the Goss. It's kind of cheating, but it's cool. What's up? Just answering the call. Don Matrick, what are you talking about? You do know that Phil Spencer worked as part of Don Matrick's inner circle, right? Like, Phil Spencer was head of, like, the first party. like, Phil Spencer was part of the team that did the whole TV Xbox thing. Like Phil Spencer was part of that. I know he's done a lot of really good PR over the last, decade to make him look like he's your, like, favorite uncle that's, you know, just your pal that wants to, you know, give you games through Game Pass and stuff, but you do realize Phil Spencer was part of that team. The decisions, everything like that, they were a group. You know, it's like you sit there and you might scapegoat Sarah Bond, but like essentially Phil Spencer was in Sarah Bond's position when the Xbox One launch happened. Like that was when Xbox, like, first party started to slow down during the end of the 360 era. That was Phil Spencer. Like, that was, you know, that was him. They did deliver a pretty good launch for Xbox One as far as exclusives and stuff, but, I mean, we don't really get details past, like, who was doing what at that point, as far as, like, handling that kind of thing. Which is funny, because, again, like, one of the big issues I have today with, like, Xbox is they never shut up. You hear them every day. There's an interview there's you know, a post, an article from Xbox and Microsoft talking about something they don't need to talk about. Back in the day, you know, you'd hear from Xbox at like a showcase or maybe an event. You know, they'd come out and they'd be like, here's the games, see ya. And that's like how every other studio does. Like Nintendo, you know, Iwata comes out, he'll tweet, he'll be like, we have a showcase. And then he goes to the showcase, he's like, Star Fox. And then he fucks off. And it's great. And you love him because he puts out good games, right? It's like PlayStation, you know? You don't hear from them. The studio execs, they ain't talking, they try to be celebrities. They're like, state of play. Cool, here's the games. And then you don't hear from them again. And the games come out and you're like, oh, these are pretty good. And that's it. And then Xbox is like, here's our showcase, which again, I didn't think the showcase was very good. But people liked it, you know, it is what it is. But like, you know, they did the showcase and then they're like, here's an interview about how we're going to destroy Xbox. And it's like, what? And then ASHA's like, yeah, we're going to have to get lean. We're going to have to kill studios. And then the next day, Satya's like, yeah, we're going to, like, literally grind up Xbox because they don't make money, and I'm tired of it. And the day before that, they got, like, was the ball there being like, we're going to add ads into Xbox games. It's just hilarious because it's just like, nobody needed to hear about this. Like, there didn't need to be an interview where ASHA was like, yo, we kill an Xbox. Like, they could have just done it without saying anything. But it's like, they have to be perpetually creating this aura of, like, in the news cycle every day for some reason. And I don't get what it gets them. And that's what I was saying, is like, back in the day. You know, back when, like, Xbox One and everything was a thing. Yeah, there was some interviews and stuff. But we didn't really know the inner workings like we do nowadays, and it was better then? I think? I mean, yeah, I think it was better then. The Exodus? Again, Phil Spencer literally worked right alongside Don Matrick. You do know he was just the CEO of Xbox or whatever. Well, I don't even think it was CEO at that point, was it? It was some other name. But, like, you do know there was, like, there's a group of people that make choices and, like, work together in a business, right? Like, it's not just, like, one dude, Don Matrick. Like, they're like a squad. Like, you know, they're a group of people that work together. It's not just one guy. You know, like, it's fun to blame him, but that, again, that was over 10 fucking years ago. That was 2013. It's been 13 years. You gotta get over it. If your company can't rebound after 13 years, I mean, like, come on. It's just a pathetic scapegoating is what it is. 13 fucking years. You're still blaming a dude from that long ago for one event? In the same time span, Nintendo went from the Wii U that sold, like, what was it, like 10 million units to the Switch, which sold 150 million. One of, if probably the most successful, unless PlayStation, you know, drags out another million or two, like, PS2 sales out of their ass there. But, like, you know, and it's the same digital era, it's the same thing. What the hell's Phil Spencer's excuse? Same time span, Xbox shrunk from, what was it, 360, like 85 million users to 50 on Xbox One. You know, that's, you lost some users. Some of it probably from going to PC too, but, you know, they still sold consoles. And now this gen, they're at like 30-ish million. So, like, you know, even if you don't complain about, like, or, you know, you put the blame on Don Matrick, it's like, Phil Spencer lost more Xbox users over his time span than Matrick did. Like, more and more people are fleeing. Not to mention the users that, like, got a Series XS and they're like, I'm tired of this, and they've left. It's just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's like, Don Matrick. It's like, younger people don't even know who he is. There's people that, like, were born and have grown up and are teenagers in the time span that since that has happened. Get over it. Move on. Seriously. You can't keep blaming a guy from 13 years ago for one fucking conference. They've had 13 years to turn the brand around, do new advertising, do new marketing, but they're doing the same thing. You build up like Phil Spencer to be some kind of hero icon. He's your buddy, he wears blazers. You know, he's got a shirt that's like your favorite game on it that he does nothing with. And it's like ASHA, they're doing the same thing. Oh, she's cool, she's fun, she's hip. And the guys are like, oh yeah, queen, you know what I'm saying? And then she comes in and she kills studios. That's what Phil Spencer did when he came in. Killed Lionhead. Like honestly, like, it's the same thing. It's the same playbook. Maybe I'm just old enough to actually have seen it happen, but like, come on. Combat Evolved, I don't know, probably on PlayStation. Aren't productive. The studios, like, we just literally had South of Midnight come out a year ago. And they just ported it to PlayStation this year. Double Fine released 2 little titles, which were not commercially viable at all. Oh, 100% not. And South of Midnight didn't do well, and it wasn't really necessarily a commercially viable product. I also want to talk about advertising. Man, Xbox's marketing and advertising is just pitiful. Did you guys even know Kiln existed? Did you even know South of Midnight was really a game? There's no penetration, there's no market showcase where they're actually presenting these games to people. Like the Lighthouse game, it was actually kind of decent. It isn't a commercially viable game, because who the hell wants to play as a lighthouse moving around? But like, they didn't even market it. They didn't even give it a chance on the market. And it's like, yeah, sure, you know, they need to make money. These studios need to be putting out content. They need to be delivering games. But why is it all on the studios? They have management. There's managers. And there's companies. There's people. Matt Booty runs the Xbox studios. That's his job, or was. I guess he's in a new position. Man, that guy fails upwards. Probably the most successful failing upwards person in history, actually, I guess. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of, like, warlord guy that went up the chain or something back in, like, thousands of years ago. But, like, Matt Booty, you know, that's his job. He manages those studios. They're supposed to get games out the door. They're going to run them. It's like the hands-off approach was stupid. Anybody could see that. Hands off. The studios need focus. They need goals. They need deadlines. It's management, and it's mismanagement. And again, it comes down to Phil Spencer. It comes down to Matt Booty. And then also, you know, like, a lot of the blame, too, should go to Sadia for, like, literally letting Phil Spencer waste and piss away billions of dollars over 13 years with no, you know, no one, like, watching over what he was doing, basically. That's a bad CEO from that perspective. Yeah, bad quality control. Create passion projects. And again, yeah, they are passion projects. But, like, why are they making passion projects? That's the thing. You have to earn passion projects in this industry. We're really any industry. Why did Phil Spencer come in and be like, yo, we're buying you, do whatever you want? And it's like, you know, make these games that are commercially viable. Like, at some point, Phil Spencer should have sat there and been like, I don't think Kiln is the right direction. A game about a lighthouse. That walks. Like, again, I love Double Fine. I want Double Fine to be Double Fine. But, like, it's a tough time in the industry, and you're looking at these games, and you're like, is this commercially viable? But it's really like, Phil Spencer is the one greenlighting things, or Matt Booty is under him and then reporting to him. It's like, why is it the studio's fault, not the people running them? Yeah, Everwild. Talking about pissing away money, whatever the hell frickin' Rare was doing. Like, what has Rare been doing? Like, their Lucky Sea of Thieves is actually like a... Well, I think Sea of Thieves is like a little running out of steam at this point. As far as their player numbers and stuff, I think they are running out of steam, but like, they didn't do anything. They just been coasting off of Sea of Thieves. Everwild didn't even come close to fruition. They're on the chopping block too. But it's like, again, like, who is in charge of these teams? And you could be like, okay, COVID, we could wipe a few years off, you know, I think that's fair. I think everyone can agree on that. You know, there's a couple years of development that we can, like, look past, but it's been years since COVID. And you can't use that as an excuse anymore. But, like, who was managing, who was watching, and who was directing these games? Matt Booty, Phil Spencer, those guys. Why are the games the way they are? It's like, say with, like, what the hell happened with Halo Infinite? Did Phil Spencer never come in and check on Halo Infinite? Did you just, like, wait till, like, Bonnie Ross came in and it's like, here's Halo Infinite, and be like, what the fuck? Like, what is he doing other than playing, well, sitting there playing Diablo for years? Like, it's just, it's weird where the blame gets placed on things, and everybody's like, well, Phil Spencer's my best bud, so, you know. It's just, it's pathetic. And then I see so much scapegoating for Sarah Bond there, and it's like, what about her bosses? You know, everybody acts like she's like Wormtongue from, I think the name's Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings. Kevin told me that. whispering in Phil Spencer's ears, being like, "We should give up exclusives." And Phil Spencer was just like, "Oh, I don't know." And then, like seriously, like come on, they're business people. They work together. They make choices as a company. But the greatest choice you can make is to like the stream. Subscribe, it's great. Got that guy. Donations cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Member the gifted, the Patreon option, add the Discord for stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. I'll have more in the video description below. GamerHeadquarters.com, right at my site. I need to get my reviews for movies done, but I've been too busy. Yeah, like Redfall there. I could have went in, played Redfall for 5 minutes and been like, bro, we need to cancel this. It'd be like, well, it costs like hundreds of millions of dollars. I'd be like, write it off. Like, that game was terrible. But that's what I'm saying, is like, where is the quality control? And everyone's like, well, they tried exclusives at Xbox to be successful. And it's like, no, they didn't. They never tried to release consistently high quality exclusives. They were just like, throughout his entire career, Phil Spencer was incapable of actually sitting there and like picking out a quality game and picking out and releasing consistent quality games. And by the one time Xbox actually had a selection of exclusives, they gave them all to PlayStation. And we now have the math that sits there and shows when Xbox's sales and profits started to crumble, it's when they gave up exclusives and their ecosystem fell apart. Just like I said a couple years ago. That's exactly what happened. Bleed green, oh man. Magnus? Oh, the next Xbox console? Man, if you're still investing in buying an Xbox hardware, I just... Like, I mean, what has Xbox done in years to show you that like, they even care about their platform or their ecosystem? Because, again, like, the studios we have highlighted today, there's more that will be, like, shuttered or spun off, and there will be more layoffs. And it's just, I don't know how anyone could sit there and be like, oh yeah, this is the platform I should buy into. Because, like, Microsoft doesn't care. The CEO literally said, does not care about Xbox at all. They need to start making real profit. And it's like, well... How do you monetize? They're joking about YouTube making more money for like off their games than Microsoft. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? God damn it. You know, if I would have one more second, I had a headline up right there. And it's just like, there's really no fixing this thing. Like, ASHA's basically just there to do like a hatchet job. She's just there to cut up the company, you know, potentially for them to sell or something like that. I'm just like, oh man, and then buying Activision Blizzard. Did I get them? No, I didn't get them. And like Bethesda and stuff. I'm just so worried about these like legacy studios and all this IP that's just gonna sit there and rot at Microsoft. It's really disappointing. Like, if you care about the industry, like, we're in for some really, really rocky years coming up. It's like all that, with like every company, they overinvested and they overextended during COVID. And now we've just got this mess. Okay, come on. I don't really have like a head to shoot at here. Oh, come on, I almost had him there. But just had one more second where his head wasn't looking. Or his head was looking the sideways. But I had that stupid Goss guy. Okay, is there two guys here? I got that guy. Oh, there's like a second dude. One sec here. Okay, I killjoyed that guy. Now, if I could kill the Goss for us, that would be pretty cool. Okay, so we're... This stupid Revenant thing. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch spots so I can get this guy. MP game? You talking about Concord? Oh, Xbox's Concord? Oh, you're talking about, like, what was the Ninja 3 one? That was just a side project that they just released because it was finished. You're talking about, Blade something or other. Wasn't it? It was like, you fight, like, it was a multiplayer fighting game from Ninja 3. They just threw that out the door because it was finished when they bought the company. Can't even remember the name of it. Very forgettable. Everyone that played that game knew it wasn't gonna last. It was actually kind of okay, but pretty middling. Like, it's... I don't know why companies are still doing this I mean, they're all pushed to do live service stuff, but I don't know why they're doing these, like, weird small multiplayer games that really don't have a chance in hell of actually being successful. Seems like a waste of money, honestly. Oh yeah, apparently exclusives are actually like gonna be removed again. Like they're gonna go back on those two, and they're done with it. Is what I see. Is like Microsoft is just finished with Xbox, and you know they've just been kind of pretending to you for the last. I mean that's what they always do, right? They just come in, they sugarcoat things. They're like, we're back. You know, they give you a new logo, change the title so it's all capitals. You know, dumb little things that get people excited, and everyone goes online and they're like, we're so back, and couldn't be further from the truth. Ah. Damn, I could reload fast enough, right? Bleeding Edge, yeah, that one. That game. Matt Booty take a pay cut? What are you talking about? Matt Booty got promoted. Didn't you hear me? He fails upwards. Why would he take a pay cut? That guy got moved up the chain to a higher new job they created for him. You know why? Because he's the only one left that has any institutional knowledge of how Xbox is run, with Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond being gone. His role is just to sit there and be like, yeah, this is what we have here, this is what we have there, and then, you know, goes in front of the camera, talks friendly and stuff like that. He'll be, like, retired in, like, the near future. He'll be gone soon and stuff like that. They also promoted, and then, what's his name, Duncan there stepped down, and that guy's, like, really, like, legacy game development, too. So you're gonna see so many, and the head of Treyarch stepped down, too, because we're expecting cuts there. Like, every single part of Xbox is just gonna be, like, a mess. Should I kill this guy? We could have been friends! We could have been friends. Redfall was so bad, man. Like, it should have been a knockout of the park, right? An arcane, looter shooter, cooperative vampire slaying game in an open world. Borderlands with vampires. It sounds like you should knock it out of it. Like that game was a mess. Holy crap. The fact that Phil Spencer actually thought that was like something you should put on a bag of Doritos. My god. That's when I was really starting to see that there was some crack showing with Xbox, was that game coming out. Also them not like really providing review codes for it. Them using a select number of Xbox fluencers. That were saying it's like, oh, it's one of the greatest games ever. I don't know how the people like that said that like Redfall was, you know, one of the greatest games ever still have any sort of trust in them as like creators or anything. It's just insanity. Phil Spencer. Well, no, he didn't greenlight Redfall. When they bought Bethesda, they got it. He just didn't look into it and try it or something like that. Yeah. Blue Point? Oh, that's the most pathetic thing I've seen today is Xbox people on like Twitter and stuff being like, but what about Blue Point? Oh yeah, Blue Point, which had 80 developers, which again, I did complain about greatly not liking that they were closed, because I thought they were a very talented and great studio. We had like 80 people. You know how many people work at all of the studios Xbox is closing, not to mention the thousands of layoffs over the last few years from Xbox? Specifically Xbox for Microsoft? Not to mention the other studios and the other probably thousands of layoffs we're going to see from Xbox next month. Give me a fucking break, man. But what about Blue Point? Or this other studio that haven't even released a game? Oh my god. But yeah, Ninja Theory, who cares about them? They're only a legacy studio that's been around for decades producing quality games. Or Double Fine making some of the most unique, quirky experiences in gaming. Oh, but Blue Point. Give me a fucking break, dude. Seriously, fucking exhausting seeing that stuff. Just eye-rolling. Crackdown. Well, the problem with Crackdown is that Phil Spencer made it out to be a AAA game. Crackdown is a AA game. It's a AA franchise. It always was, always will be. You can't really turn it into a AAA game. Like, the premise of Crackdown is you have a medium-sized open world that you go around blowing things up in and killing gang members. That's Crackdown. You know, it's like, sure, you could, like, create an emotional story and stuff, which they didn't. But, like, it's a AA franchise. It's not a AAA franchise, Crackdown. And the big issue that came with it was Phil Spencer being like, oh, it's gonna have mind-blowing destruction. You know, it's gonna, like, it's a big AAA game. It's like, it's not. And when it came out, it was a AA game, which is fine. But it was them pretending and marketing it past what it should be that was just absolutely killed that game. And you look at something like Obsidian there, struggling with The Outer Worlds 2, the sales were bad for that one. You know why the sales are so bad for The Outer Worlds 2? Because Microsoft thought they would do this dumbass thing, and they jacked the price up of that fucking game. It was a sacrificial lamb to see if they could jack the price of gaming, or like games up. That's what it was. They basically sacrificed and screwed over The Outer Worlds 2. And then they had to rein it back, and by then it was screwed because all the pre-orders were so bad for it, and the game was just doomed. That was another Phil Spencer failure. The other way went the Terry Crews budget. I doubt he got paid that much for it. Yeah. Love the content. Thanks, man. I know I stream at odd hours. It's just whatever market area I was able to gather for the time. Yeah, according to Google. So you're using a Google AI thing. Oh my god. Oh, society's just completely crumbled. You don't even have a source, you're just using Google AI to spit out info that could be completely wrong or inaccurate. Oh, fuck my life. Yeah. Boobs and swearing. I don't think Phil Spencer hated that. I think Phil Spencer just... I mean, hell, look at the games he played, Diablo and stuff. I think it was more he just kind of catered to Microsoft's modernized directive of stuff in the current era that you abide by. But, like, if the games were great regardless, I don't think people would be that bothered by it. But yeah, no, ASHA's literally just here to, you know, axe down Xbox. And I don't know if they're like, Xbox is too big of an entity to sell. Maybe they'll try to spin off parts of it. Maybe they'll just focus on, like, you know, core franchises. It's probably going to become like the rest of Microsoft, which is just kind of like soulless primary products and, you know, just only successful hits and stuff, not being creative. Like, as far as being a developer there, it's going to be pretty soul-draining in emotion. It's like soul-sucking because you're essentially just going to literally be... Well, thanks to the donation there. You have a good night in Winnipeg land. She's too cute to fail. Oh, that kills me. Sony is linked in 1,000 people, but like, is that Sony or is that specifically PlayStation? You're just throwing out stats that you read off of a quick Google fucking pop-out, dude. That's the problem. You're just copying and pasting it into chat. Like, society has just completely crumbled over the last few years with this AI stuff. Whatever is just posted in Google AI's spit out is just like gospel now. No thinking, no like actual research or citations or links or anything. It's just whatever that thing spits out. It just kills me. Seriously, it's exhausting.
First strike.
Absolutely exhausting to deal with. Boom, you're looking for this? I get distracted by it because I have to sit there and be like, why are we talking about this thing that's just inaccurate information? Anyways, yeah, no, it's just gonna be like primary IP. It's gonna come out very, like, they're not gonna take artistic chances. It's gonna be quick, whatever they can spit out as fast as possible. And it's just like the quality of the games is gonna suffer, and then Microsoft's gonna be like, why don't people want these games? Or why are these games coming out as good? And it's just because they're really unable to foster, like, talent there is the biggest issue. But, like, it's really, like, it's not too hard to manage and try to keep these studios on track and going, and actually put out, like, quality products that people are into. It's, like, all the other publishers are able to do it. Like, yeah, you get a blunder here or there, but, like, Xbox is just consistent failure after failure over and over and over again. And it really does stem from, like, I've said this for years, Sadia there, you know, he looks at something like Halo, and to them, it's the equivalent of Microsoft Excel. It's just a piece of software. You know, they're unable to. All these tech companies keep trying to buy into gaming, but they don't understand that it's an art form. They just see it as the soulless product that they can make money off of, and that's why they're unsuccessful at it. You know, if anything, they should be looking to the movie studios, not from the degree of how bad, you know, these companies are doing these days, but like from just as far as like running and managing talent and seeing that this like an art form, like when you make a game, a single player game, and it's successful, it's something you can keep using perpetually, making money off of it, kind of like a movie. It's an asset that you can, like, as long as you protect and cater and, you know, tend to, your IPs can make more and more money over time. And there's something you can always sell and re-release and remaster and remake, and it's just like Microsoft really just does not understand that. They're so bad at consumer-facing products, it's ridiculous. An official announcement from Sony Interactive. Okay, well, give me a link then. Let's see this. Let's see the link. Let's take a look at it. What was the year? What was the count? What studios were impacted? What was closed? Because all we know, and we know factually, because it's very easy to pull up, is Microsoft has laid off thousands from the Xbox departments and is closing multiple studios in the days to follow, and there will be thousands more that will be laid off in the following month here.
Revenge.
And we know for sure that Blue Point was around 80 people. Halo MCC, how are you sprinting? It's Halo Reach. Halo Reach has sprints in it. So does Halo 4. I feel like you haven't really played Halo if you don't know about the sprint on here, to be honest. I mean, it's a fair question, but it's like, yeah, Halo's had sprinting in it since 2010. There's actually more time spent sprinting in Halo than Halo without sprinting, actually, at this point. Yeah. New franchise during the PS5 era? Yes. Let's distract and move away from the fact that Xbox is laying people off because PlayStation hasn't created enough new IP for me. Come on, dude. Seriously? This is about Xbox and its layoffs. It's not console war stuff. It's not, oh, this or that. Stop trying to distract and move away. Like, seriously. This is about layoffs and companies and people's lives. It's not about PlayStation's new IP during the PS5. Who cares? Who cares? Seriously. What does that have to do with anything? The initiative? Oh, well, yeah, the initiative was more of like a thought incubator that didn't have any direction or focus. They just hired a bunch of expensive people and didn't give them any direction or corporate structuring, and they're just like, have fun.
Gain the lead.
It's weird, it's like they think you can just hire like 12 people and be like, make game. It just comes together. Like that was the equivalent of Phil Spencer. He's like, okay, we got a lot of talent in this room. You guys make something magical. And like, there probably was something there with Perfect Dark Reboot. Like 2K did offer to like literally buy the IP in the game from them. So there was obviously something there that was interesting. Otherwise Take-Two wouldn't have even bothered. Like, Xbox must have had something there. Not to mention all the other companies that got all their funding pulled from Microsoft over the last year too. It's just the damage they're doing to this industry is just really depressing. It really is. And again, I know COVID it overexpanded. But like, yeah, it's so sad to see all this talent like being lost and all these studios that have such a legacy being destroyed here. And then they're gonna push, and then the next thing that an Xbox fan that's really desperate about trying to cover Xbox and Microsoft's decisions. They'll pull out a list of studios the PlayStation has closed, and most of them are studios that made a live service game that PlayStation bought, and that game never actually released, or it was a studio that they put together and their live service game never came to fruition. And it's the same list of like 3 or 4 studios, and it's like, okay, but who cares? How is this one studio that technically never existed, technically never released a game, technically never even announced the game, matters to the same degree as a studio that's been putting out games that are critically acclaimed for like 3 decades or so. Like, I don't get how that's the same at all. Like, it's just crazy. And I know it's wild because you've got so many more defensive things to protect Xbox. And honestly, man, I've seen all of them over the last couple of years, and I'm just tired of it. I've seen every excuse from every Xbox fan, and they're always the exact same every fucking time. It's like, you ever have a situation where you're going up to someone and you know them well enough and you're like, I know exactly how this conversation's going to go. I know exactly all the beats we're going to talk about. And I know exactly how this conversation will end. And I just want to get to the end of it. And that's what we're having right now. And it's like, it's great, you know, you can be an Xbox fan. I love Xbox and all that, but it's like, you can't look at that company and think that they're healthy or going to succeed or their console's going to do well or anyone's going to buy their next console. And I sit there and I'm like, I feel bad for the employees, because if I was working at Microsoft right now and Xbox, I'd be damn terrified. There's no security or anything. Whether you pumped out a game that made them like $1 billion last year, or you like put out a successful game, they're just gunning for everyone to try to like cut costs and stuff due to terrible mismanagement. But the greatest mismanagement is the lack of your likes on the stream. Subscribe, it's great. Donate, it's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Channel member, that giftings, the Patreon option, and the Discord for stream alerts. There's also the Amazon store affiliate link. All that more in the video description below. And where were y'all for Cybertron yesterday? That Transformers game was glorious. Can't have a positive stream where people are all hyped about it these days. It's the worst. Yeah. What about PlayStation? What about PlayStation? What about, like, other companies? Can you name any other companies? It's always PlayStation this, PlayStation that. There's Nintendo, Steam exists, 2K exists. There's all these other companies, man. Japan studios? Yeah, they hadn't made a viable or hyped new product in, like, decades, dude. I'm sorry, I don't share the same affinity for Japan studio that other people do. I care about Ninja Theory, I care about Double Fine. I like their games, I enjoy their titles, I've enjoyed them for decades. Wasn't Japan studio tiny also as well? I don't think they were a very large group. CEO of Xbox? I don't want to be CEO of Xbox, dude. You're basically just there to put it into palliative care, like, honestly. Well, you could pay me a lot of money. I'll go close Xbox. Like, I'll go do ASHA's job. I'll take you guys all complaining about what I'm doing, and I'll just, like, you know... You can do all kinds of weird pictures of me holding an Xbox like it's a bazooka or something and pretend like I'm your best buddy or something. I'll go out, I'll put on a cardigan and, you know, with, like, a picture of Banjo-Kazooie on my t-shirt if you want. You can pay me millions of dollars to do that. Fuck yeah. I'll go there, I'll close all those studios for you. I mean, they pay me handsomely enough not to care about it emotionally. Like, seriously. You guys want a new Xbox logo? I'll go whip you up a new one. We use Copilot, and it'll just develop a new logo for us. And then I'll get, like, a high five from Satya. I'll be like, I see you using your Copilot credits there for AI. I'd be like, hell yeah, I am, man. He'd be like, sick. How's Xbox doing? I'd be like, got another studio today. I'd be like, yeah. Bro! Fuck. Seriously. Devil May Cry reboot? That was so long ago, dude. You gotta get over that. PS5 is not close to PS4. I don't know. The market says that PS5 is just as good, if not better, than the PS4 according to console sales. The price of PlayStation consoles have gone up astronomically over the course of the generation. But they're like outselling their markers from the PS4. People love PlayStation. I don't know what to tell you, man. The math is math. People are buying PlayStations. People are buying Nintendo consoles. People are not buying Xbox. Why are they not buying Xbox? Probably the lack of exclusives, the confusion from Microsoft, the mismanagement, the dropping of their studios, the mess of a company, the fact you can play all the Xbox games on PlayStation. I mean, you can sit here, you can hate PlayStation for like hours. You could sit in your room, drawing on the walls, being like, damn you, PlayStation. But they're selling consoles. People like PlayStation. You know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Maybe they don't even need to make games and people will still buy it. It's a successful console. Try Star Fox Remake. I hope so. I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about it. Hall of Fat controllers. No, I got a Hex gaming controller. I've been beating this one to the the hill here. Do anything for money? No, seriously, man. I'll sit there and do whatever at Microsoft. You want me to come in and wind down fucking Xbox? I'll do it. I'll be sad about it, but I'll do it for millions. Yeah, why not? I'll be all pretty for you guys and be like, yeah, I'm your best friend. I'll give you a new logo. I'll cut the price of Game Pass by $1. I'll close studios, cancel games. Fable? Who needs Fable? Yeah, I'll come out, I'll throw in the cardigan, I'll have a Shadowrun t-shirt on, I'll be like, we bleed green, yo! Like, come on. 3.5. Oh no, they're only at 90 million instead of 93.5 million, despite the console costing probably 3 times as much that it did during the same time span. What about the Switch? It sold basically, 20 million consoles, and the Series XS is at 30 million. Nintendo Switch has only been out for a year, not even just 1 year, literally 1 year, and they've already done 66% of lifespan Series XS sales. Woo! It kind of looks like the only people doing bad in gaming are Xbox. like at the end of the day, you really got to look at it. If you're on Xbox, you're part of like a dying group of people. You're literally the Dreamcast users that don't want it to end, and it's ending. Like, if you look at what Satya said in his interview and you're like, oh, Xbox will be fine. Y'all crazy. He's literally telling you it's over. The only difference is Xbox won't come out and do a press conference saying we're pulling the plug. They'll just, like, tell you in interviews and stuff, and people will be like, nah, it's cool. God damn it, why didn't we get that stuff? I don't know, dude. There's a lot of messages in the chat. Gaming isn't dying. There's great games out every year. Gaming is growing every single year. Gaming's not dying. It's just a very cynical viewpoint that people have on things. The console market is saturated. It's not growing. But like gaming as a whole, there's more games ever coming out every year. There's all these bangers. It's been a great year for gaming. Tons of great titles have released. That's just something very cynical people say about gaming. It's not dying. It changes and evolves as it always has. And maybe the console market just can't support 3 consoles anymore. And if that's the case, it's sad, but it is what it is. I don't know why you guys are complaining to me. I have a larger library than all of y'all. If anything, I have more to lose than any of you as far as Xbox goes. Seriously. Xbox was a money pit. Xbox had a great thing going on for 360, and they could have recovered. It's just... I get one of the big points for Xbox messing up was not getting Halo Infinite out at launch, and then launching Halo Infinite in the state that it launched. That really damaged any chance this console had of actually being successful. And then, yeah, they literally launched Series XS with no games. Absolutely nothing. So you got all these burned people from Xbox One, you got all these burned people from 360 going to Xbox One, all that moved over to PS4, and then you've got, Series XS owners being like, well, there's nothing coming out. And then, the exclusives, they finally are coming, and you give them all to PlayStation. Not to mention the endless negativity in the news and the cycle and everything like that. It's just like... Like, after 25 years of Xbox, it's like, what have they accomplished? Like, what have they done that's really, like, truly benefited you in the modern era? Oh, nothing like a happy 25th anniversary Xbox and closing a bunch of studios. Can't wait to get the streamers out. Oh, the chair is empty for Double Fine and Compulsion. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Looks like Santa won't be having cake with Master Chief for the 25th anniversary. I stuck his... How didn't he die? I stuck his toe. Oh, we all wanted the Xbox turnaround. Like I said, I could have been really successful as far as, like, metrics and stuff go if Xbox had done better. Seriously, I did all the legwork, I covered all the games. If Xbox had been able to sell any consoles, I would have had people come to the channel and finding that I covered every game. I would have made tons of money, man. Now I gotta switch over, be covering PlayStation, Nintendo more, trying to do more PC. I got shafted, man. Yeah, it wasn't my fault they didn't sell consoles. That's on Microsoft Xbox. Seriously, I was positioned to do really, really well if they had actually delivered. I am so triggered. Oh yeah, I'm just so angry here. Ah, so frustrated. If anything, I'm triggered because that sticky grenade, I tagged that guy's goddamn toe. That's what you're talking about. It's true. I am triggered by that. That guy's toe was stuck. Folds before the Elder Scrolls comes out. I think the funniest thing would actually be them making the Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive and just being like, huh, just out of spite to everyone in game. It's just a spite move from Sadia. Be like, oh, I see you guys don't like how I manage my company. Pull it from PC, pull it from every platform and just have it on Xbox. How do you explain this to the shareholders? Fuck them. Just the spite moves. So you're wasting hundreds of millions of dollars just putting this on Xbox. Damn right I am. What are you gonna do? Not play the Elder Scrolls? Take off reaching forward. Gunler, you need to stop with your hate. Although this match here is an absolute mess. These guys are too crazy. They will destroy us. Oh yeah, no, E-Day is gonna do really bad there. That was right? I caught that guy's toe. Anyways. Yeah, no, E-Day. Like I said, I give it like 6 months. If that $400 million budget is actually correct and a real number, I give it 3 months before they fold and put it on other platforms. Again, there was a rumor today. I don't know. See, it's from, what is it, the Sneak Sky or whatever. And it, like... So he was the first person that said Xbox was going third party. But since then, he's got, like, nothing right. This match is just going horribly for me. After the sticky didn't count, I'm just demoralized. The Mantis is just pounding us. This is not going good. So he said exclusives, they're already looking at backtracking on that. But I mean, anybody could see that, right? Like, they're just a $400 million budget. I genuinely don't see why they would carry that for Xbox. Can we... I wonder what the penalty would be for quitting on this. This is one of the worst things they ever did, was introduce the fucking quit penalty to this game. It's so... These games are so old, nobody cares. If you leave the match and you just start a new match, it's like, who's that impacting? Yeah, it's not like this is a new Halo or anything. It's like, who does that impact? Okay, guy, you gonna go and grab that extraction point? Okay, I'll go try to grab it. Oh no, the Mantis is here. That Mantis is gonna end our lives. I give up. This match is over. Our team isn't doing, like... I yield. This is unwinnable. This is unwinnable. Well, that's the problem. They trained their user base to, like, not buy video games. Which, upon reflection, is not a good idea. But it's like, had Xbox been able to actually grow their consoles. So if Xbox had the number of players that PlayStation has right now, 90 million sales, Game Pass would be flourishing. PlayStation would be in such a, like, a hard spot, because Xbox would be able to maneuver and get all the exclusivity deals, all the Game Pass deals, everything. That's the thing, is like everything Xbox does is from a point of weakness. Sure, their parent company is a $1 trillion company, but their parent company doesn't actually care enough to put in an effort and actually manage the studios, actually manage the company to be successful. That is the issue. Like, Xbox literally has everything they need to be successful. They own Call of Duty, they own Fallout, they own The Elder Scrolls. They, you know, like every game that kind of matters back in the 2000s and stuff, they own all the properties. They just don't know how to use them. Like the fact that like Phil Spencer was letting Todd Howard just fuck around for like, you know, several years not releasing or not working on other studio games is just asinine. He had a shotgun too? Fuck, this sucks. I think one more guy quits, we can leave without a penalty. One more guy quits, but the match is over anyways. This is a nightmare, dude. Absolute nightmare, this match. It's just like Halo 4K is so freaking like uneven. But like, yeah, I said for years Xbox should split Bethesda into 3 teams. One doing Starfield, one doing Fallout, one doing the Elder Scrolls. But for whatever reason, Phil Spencer was like, you gotta let Todd Howard just have all his toys and let no one else play with them. You fucking bought them. You tell them what to do. It's not like Activision where they kind of need to be kept as a separate entity due to legal reasons or whatever. Like Bethesda, they straight up own. You tell them what the fuck to do. It's like, who cares if Todd Howard doesn't like it? They own them. COD can't be made exclusive. Actually, Diablo can be exclusive. It's only COD that can't be exclusive. That's the only issue, yeah. Any other IP they can make exclusive if they'd like to. Except for Call of Duty. They signed that agreement. Clockwork. There was a lot of games at that Xbox showcase that looked like Bioshock. A lot. Gatekeeping Fallout, gatekeeping Elder Scrolls, it's just ridiculous. They haven't reached the 40 million mark. Well, they actually lost Game Pass subscribers when they doubled the price of it. Even Microsoft admitted that. They lost subscribers. How many? Who knows, but it probably wiped out any that they gained when they bought added Call of Duty on Game Pass. The rare earth metal Call of Duty. It's like lithium, but in the gaming industry. That was so funny during the Activision and Blizzard case where it's like, everybody's like, I don't care about COD, but Call of Duty seems to be the single most important franchise in gaming according to the courts and PlayStation and Microsoft, so. Which the real money is in the mobile stuff, which is, you know, obviously king there, but anyways, yeah. It's not a matter of whether Diablo can survive being multi-platform or not, it's whether they're legally allowed to, and legally anything except for Call of Duty they can put on any platform. Or lock to any platform. They could make Diablo exclusive to PlayStation if they wanted to. That's the next step, is timed exclusives made by Xbox for PlayStation. That's the next step. That's when you know ASHA is really going for the burn on you guys. That's when she goes and makes like Halo exclusive, timed exclusive to PlayStation. Halo. Play it first on the PlayStation 6. Doom could be, any franchise could be, it's just whether or not they want to lose money on it. That's the thing, or not make as much money. You gotta remember, it's not just about making money, it's about making all the money. Microsoft is a very shareholder-focused company. It's about greed. It's about making as much quick money as possible while pissing away anything in the long term. They're not a long-term company anymore. Microsoft is very short-term. Anything you can make and churn out money for very, very quickly is what is important. It's not about long-term stuff. You know, they say the next 25 years of Xbox. They don't care about the next 25 years of Xbox. They care about whatever little money they can make as quickly as possible, and then someone else will deal with it down the road. And that's how it is. There's no long-term thinking in any of these companies anymore. That's how the market works these days. It's not about investing in the future. It's about as quick as possible making money, and that's where all the third-party stuff comes from. FromSoft's going through a bit of a shareholder kind of battle right now or something like that. I didn't read too much into it, but yeah, FromSoft's actually going through a bit of some internal power struggles, actually, from what I was reading. Yeah. The point of Black Ops 1 and 2 on PlayStation, well, the point of that is to make money. So they're probably preparing a bit of a Game Pass drop by porting over PlayStation all the platforms. They can, put it on Game Pass, Black Ops 1 and 2, but they can also sell it to other platforms. They'll slot it in between Season 4 and Season 4 Reloaded or whatever. It's about money. That's why they're doing it. Money. Just like I'm here doing it. For your likes on the stream, subscribe, and great donations. Cool. Be the channel member you want to be. Channel member gift and the Patreon option and the Discord for stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. I'll have more in the video description below. Yeah, we talked about Arcane. It's on one of the gravestones for this thumbnail. Yeah. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That's like the next step, though, right? Just to add pain to the Xbox fans. I'd love to see the Xbox fans sit there and, like, wrap their head around the idea of Halo being a timed exclusive for PlayStation. Like, could you just imagine? The funniest thing, too, was, like, Halo was supposed to be at the PlayStation showcase. That's why the footage was captured on PS5. I'm not gonna grab that sniper in time, am I? Nope. Damn Hornets. Nothing I can do. Of course people are willing to pay for simple ports of Black Ops. People love that, man. They get high on that. They love those CODs. Yeah. They're not remaking the Black Ops, they're just porting them. Brutal Legend 2. I don't think Brutal Legend 2 would ever happen. The first game didn't make money, I don't think. Yeah, no, they lost money on that one. They'll never do a Brutal Legend 2. I just want to know what the supposed third big game they were working on is, because you think Xbox would want to keep the studio if they were doing that. You know, look at dev cycles these days. That's the big thing for our studio closures is, you got a company like Xbox, they're going to look and they're going to be like, okay, who's got a game coming out right away? Because if you got a game coming out right away, we'll keep you and then we'll let you off, whether it's successful or not. And then they'll be like, oh, your game's coming, several years away. Oh, better lay you off. That's kind of just how it works nowadays. It's like, put out a game that's successful, layoffs. Have a game not coming out for a long time, layoffs. Make Microsoft billions of dollars, surprisingly, more layoffs. Elder Scrolls 6? I have no idea what's going on in that game, dude. I thought it was supposed to come out next year. Well, actually, I thought it was supposed to come out sooner. It was supposed to be this year with the new Xbox, but that didn't happen. Because, obviously, the next Xbox is supposed to be 27, and... I mean, again, there's the novelty of owning The Last of something. I think they're just going to get that out the door just for fans or something. It's going to be some weird bastardized Asus version of an Xbox or something, and that's what Microsoft keeps talking about when they're talking about, like, cutting costs for the next Xbox, is it's going to be... Oh, fuck me, did it freeze? I still hear sound, it's just the image isn't working. Oh no, it crashed, okay. I saw that, it was bound to happen eventually. Microsoft products, am I right? Oh no, the whole thing's freaking out. God damn it, this platform, dude. Here we go, it's working again. Maybe I could rejoin. Oh, man. Of course E-Day will come to PlayStation, it's just a matter of how long. Why do I play on Xbox if I have a 4090? Well, I like the PC for kind of work, and the consoles are sort of for fun and sort of their own segmented sort of thing. I like to keep the PC set up so I can work on it, do things, and then I just game casually on the consoles. Well, it's work now, but... Can I rejoin the match? Yeah, that'd be great, thank you. Yeah. You don't care about what's gonna happen. I don't know, man, you seem pretty Xbox-oriented. It is what it is. I mean, Wolverine will probably sell better than Gears is. My Xbox gonna stop working. Ah, man, this is the thing that's just gonna keep on kicking. It'll never give up, this Xbox. It'll never surrender. What the fuck is this? Rejoin the match. The saddest thing is, like, the most important part of the Xbox, Halo. It's coming to PlayStation, but it's also doesn't run properly in MCC still after, like, a decade of work. ASHA crashed my game. I mean, if an Xbox executive or somebody up at Xbox is sitting there watching and interacting with what I'm doing, what the fuck are we doing as a society? She gets paid way too much. I should not be directing how Xbox is doing stuff if I'm not working there. You know, you shouldn't be sitting there taking feedback of how to run a company off of Twitter. But seriously, if there is someone from Xbox listening about how things should be run, I should be getting paid for that. My knowledge does not come for free. When did I become a paid Sony pony? I'm still battling with PlayStation. I gotta fucking eat. I gotta call my freaking Sony rep because she's on her third vacation in like a month or not vacation, sorry, work trip or whatever. The third one in like a month. It's like, I'm gone for these days, and then I like try to follow up, and then it's like, I'm gone again. It's like, god damn it. So I'm leaving a phone call tomorrow. I hate having to call. Can you join? I mean, you can send a request thing and we might get you in here, but you know, you gotta let me know about that. I just want to rejoin so I don't get a penalty. Well, I mean, Wolverine might have some issues with really reaching full sales potentials because it is like a mature graphic game. You know, Spider-Man can sell more because kids can buy it, right? But yeah. Fuck my life. This is not gonna reconnect, is it? I'm gonna get like a 20-minute fucking timeout, aren't I? Oh man, this console just fucking kills me on the inside. My connection was interrupted. How? From where? For what? It should be like, if you try to rejoin it, it doesn't work. It should give you a break and not give you a timeout. Do I think Sony hates you? Not as much as Xbox seems to. I don't think Xbox is on the uptake. Sales? Well, I mean, if there's more sales for a product, it suggests that people are more receptive and or interested in said product than another product, right? There's many ways to judge things. You can judge things artistically, you can judge things critically, you can judge things with emotion, your nostalgia, blah blah blah. You know, as far as companies go, either something is critically acclaimed and it brings them awards, or it sells something and it sells more than something else, or it sells enough to justify its continued existence. That's kind of how it works in a business perspective. God damn it, this is killing me on the inside. What is disconnect? Like, what is causing this uptake issue here? Let's just connect. God damn it, Xbox. Microsoft can't keep getting away with this. Why would ASHA do this to me, guys? She said we were best friends and she gave me a hug. Oh. I love the idea of them throwing this lavish Xbox party at the E3 or whatever the hell they do, their version of E3, and then like a week later being like, yeah, we're closing all these studios. It'd be very funny if there were studio heads at the Xbox event cheering with her. It's like, you guys remember when Jim Ryan did that like goodbye tour and he went to the one studio and they gave him like a cake and everything and then he closed them the week after? I was like, that was savage. Buffy on the OG Xbox. No. No. Well, again, here's the thing. Microsoft is done absorbing losses from Xbox. Did no one watch the Satya interview? He literally said he's done with Xbox. Done with Xbox. Is the match over, Gunler? Is the match done? Can I just, like, match make for a different match? Let me check his gamer tag here. Let's see. Is he like, I'll try one more time and then I'm just gonna try to matchmake and see if it penalizes my soul. It's gonna give me a ban, but not my fault. I've angered the ASHA overlord. Seriously though, like, if they're taking great wisdom and sage info from me, I should be getting paid for that instead of them just taking it. Trying to save this wretched company. She's just there to do a hatchet job. ASHA's just there to like cut up and gut Xbox to either be sizable, they can spin it off, or to sell it. Like, again, I never really quite understood where everybody's like, oh, she's there to save it and stuff. I'm pretty sure she's there to just kind of put it into palliative care and, you know, just prioritize it into some sort of weird, quick moneymaker of core IP and franchises. I'm pretty sure that's all she's there for. But that's always the Xbox cycle. It's like people get really excited. They're like, we're so back. And then it's like, oh no, we're not. And then they're like, we're back. And it's like, no, we're not. It's worse than ever. I feel like it's just Xbox fans' fault too for like hyping things up that shouldn't be hyped up. Like, really? A new logo? Really? That got you going? Oh, there's a pretty lady running the company now. Things are gonna be so much better. Like, she doesn't even care. That's the funniest thing too, is she doesn't care about gaming, right? Which you can argue positive, negative. But like, when she goes and closes the studio, she does not give a fuck. Like, she doesn't care that Ninja Theory has, like, decades of experience. She's got no nostalgia. She's got no connection to these games. She doesn't care. She literally can go in there and be as heartless as she wants. It's just a stepping stone in her career. It's like all the other places. She hops around from spot to spot to spot. And it's just a stepping stone for her to get up to a higher place in the company, like a different company or within Microsoft. Like, she doesn't care about Double Fine and their quirky games. She doesn't even know what they make. She just knows from like a financial standpoint they're costing the money and they can be gutted. I'm kind of glitched now. I was in the game but not playing and I had a negative 44 KD. I can't even back out of this, man. Okay, I'm gonna try to restart the game. It's gonna penalize the hell out of me, isn't it? It's totally gonna penalize me. I'm gonna get like a 3-hour like wait time. 10 years, wasn't it 15 years for COD or something like that? I don't even think Xbox will exist in 10 years, let alone like 5. Probably won't even be around in 3 years as far as hardware goes. At the pace we're going, they're probably just gonna like freaking sell off Xbox or spin off or something. I don't know. It's the problem, they're too large of a company, you can't really sell them. You're kind of just straddled with them as a company. The best hope Xbox has is that like Saudi retires and a different Xbox, like a different Microsoft CEO comes in and is like, well, I care about consumer stuff, I care about Xbox, and then like saves the company. But like under Saudi, Xbox is fucking screwed. Fucking screwed. Your franchises? Screwed. Your IPs? Screwed. Your game library? It's fucked. You better hope that Elex thing actually freaking takes your games onto PC, because otherwise it is over, man. Yeah. That doesn't matter, male or female, it's just, or whatever. She just, like, literally doesn't have any attachment to the game. So she'll come and she'll kill these studios and she won't think about it or care because she doesn't have that nostalgia. Like, again, I'll take millions, I'll go in there, I'll close all those studios if they want. But, like, I'll feel bad about it because I know what they've made. Or I might be like, are you sure we should close these studios? You'll be back. Oh, you're not even joining? Okay, I'm just gonna go to 4v4 then. I've been banned till 11:31. Okay, I've been banned for 2 minutes because of Microsoft's fucking incompetence. Right on. Love it. Love it. How many times is Xbox going to die? Well, again, it's not how many times Xbox is going to die. It's a slow death that started 2 years ago. I've mentioned this many, many times. They make more money slowly killing the company than they do just pulling the plug. You know, I've also said very much that, like, when Sega bowed out of the console gaming, they held a press conference, they said sorry, they were much more honorable. Microsoft, though, will continue to milk you over a series of years before they eventually pull the plug. It's been a couple years, and that's why it's a death of Xbox arc. It doesn't just happen one day. Well, I'm sure one day we'll wake up and Xbox will be, or Microsoft will be like, we're pulling out of consoles. But like, it doesn't just happen at once. It's a series of steps as you see a company die. It's not just like a one-day thing, you know? I mean, it could be. It's like regular living, right? Most people, you die over a period of time. It's not just like automatic unless it's some kind of crazy out of foreseen thing. But like, it takes time. Especially when there's money on the line for them to make. Gears 5, nah, we're stuck on the Halo train tonight. Yo, what's up, Katsula? Yeah, killing you softly, and they're making you feel better because they changed the logo. Thank God that logo looks different now. And look, my gamer tag has a random G logo that means fucking nothing. Look at what ASHA did, guys. She's done more in 100 days than anyone else. I have a G below my name. It doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't mean anything. But I got a G there. Seriously, like why not put a number on it? It also doesn't make sense because you can see the gamer score I have. But it's just a G with like some symbols. I could have whipped that up in Photoshop in like 5 minutes. It doesn't mean anything. 19, you know, years of Xbox. I got a gold badge for gold. You know, Microsoft 50, guess it was part of that. I just got a G. What the fuck does that do? We back, yo. We back. 0 accounts with digital games. Well, actually, technically, Dreamcast was the first online console. Yeah, technically. 3 exclusives. Xbox didn't announce 3 exclusives. It was just 2. It was Clockwork and Gears, and they're probably going to go back on it in like 6 months. 3 months now, yeah. An ASHA hater. What are you talking about? I don't hate on her. I literally was giving her a chance when she first started. I was like, oh, let's see what she does. And then just kept falling into the same pitfalls as Phil Spencer. She's just like Phil Spencer 2.0. Younger, more attractive to the guys. It's the same thing as when Sarah Bond came in. Everyone was like, oh, look how attractive she is. And I'm just like, guys, it's a business. It doesn't matter if they're attractive or not. It's what they do for the business. Oh, but she's the best. And everybody hates Sarah Bond because she got scapegoated in some PR articles. It's just like, come on, man. Ugh. I mean, hell, during the Xbox showcase, she even did a little sultry, dim-lighted, moonlit little romantic thing for you guys, and she's like, Gears is exclusive. And all the guys were like, oh my god. I'm feeling things. For Gears of War, obviously. You know, it's the opposite of the erectile dysfunction that Gears E-Day is providing. Seriously, what were they thinking with the name E-Day? Like erectile dysfunction day? Like, really? I don't know how that got past marketing. Same with Pisser. Like, I don't know how that got through marketing. Yeah, 5 different versions depending on my gamer score? As far as I know, I woke up one day, went on Xbox, and I just have a G that's green below my name. If it doesn't have like a number attached to it, I don't know what it means. Like, it doesn't symbolize anything. I get the G symbolizes gamer score, but how much? Like what does it do for me? Like, it's neat, but like, I don't know, maybe you should have like a 500k symbol beside it or something to show like I have over 500k gamer score. It also doesn't make sense. Can you just look at my gamer tag? I got almost 100,000 gamer score. You just see the number. Unless they're getting rid of the number, and then that green symbol just symbolizes how much gamer score I have. It's, we call it, it's over-engineering is what it is. Xbox does a lot of that with their dashboard, a lot of over-engineering. Where it's like, who cares? What does that do for me? You think the G means I'm from an old console? Right? The G changes depending on my gamer score, but like, how much? What tiers? What levels? Does that make me cooler than someone? Is my G, like, more G-ish than the other Gs? They didn't put any thought into the badges, let's be real here. They just kind of pissed it out in like an hour or something like that. It doesn't mean anything. Cerebon is pure IQ. What the fuck? There's a huge problem with society where we place looks over everything else. The funniest thing too is everyone, I see so many people where they're like, all of this was Sarah Bond's fault. It's like, really? Again? You know, going back to the Wormtail thing, being like, yes, Phil Spencer, give up your exclusives. Phil Spencer's like, no, Sarah Bond. Even though he's the boss. I can't do it. I won't give up the exclusives. And she's like, yes, you will. Remember, everything is an Xbox. Actually, she was more of a yeller. She yelled way too much. I didn't like when she came out at the Xbox showcases and yelled at me. She needed to use her indoor voice more, and she was way too loud. It made me uncomfortable. Just as uncomfortable as I am when you guys aren't liking the stream. Subscribe, it's great. ASHA, it's cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Channel member, the gifted, the Patreon option, and the Discord for stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. I will say, with all this good Death of Xbox news, we have been able to play a lot more Gears and Halo than usual, which is nice. I'm getting paid. How am I getting paid? You're watching a stream. I'm not even putting ads in your face, dude. I'm gonna make pennies. I told you, I don't make anything off doing the streaming stuff. I only get money if I get, like, donations or something. What fucking money am I making doing this? I'm telling you, like, honest opinions and thoughts on things. There's no equivalent payout of this. Like, it's really, like, not technically really worth it, but paid to make fun of or hate on Xbox. Not at all. I wish I was. Man, that'd be fucking awesome. I'll throw up a freaking sponsored by PlayStation thing and, like, rake in money, or, you know, Xbox could pay me money to hate on someone. I'll take money. God, I wish I was getting paid like that. You know, I'm not sitting here with thousands of views raking in dollars off of you. Like, Christ, dude. Like, what do you think this is? Do you see thousands watching or something like that? That's when you start making money. You're just blinded by a really misguided love of a company that doesn't care about you. It is actively damaging what is potentially a hobby you're into. Give ASHA more time? Yeah, it should be gone in a couple years somewhere else. A photo on Discord? Oh yeah, my phone's over there. I'll have to take a look in a sec here. We hear you. Oh yeah, I love that. It's just like Succession, where it's like, we hear for you. Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, that's it too. That's modern society as well. I don't like your opinion. That means you're getting paid for it. Or they'll be like, you change your mind all the time, when I've been pretty fucking consistent for years. For years, so you can follow the consistency of my thoughts on things. I do enough streams of this, it's very easy to follow. I don't like your thoughts, so obviously they're wrong, or you're being paid to say that. Yeah, actually, I'm probably one of the most open people doing this kind of stuff as far as, like, honesty about these sort of things. If I'll get paid to say things. I wish. My OnlyFans? You mean my Sky fans? How's my mother doing? I don't know. She's pretty good. We went and did the Heritage Park today. It was lovely. I was having a great time, but I kept getting distracted by this clusterfuck of fucking news of Xbox killing itself again. You know, heaven forbid I go and enjoy the old-timey, you know, days of the 1800s to the 1940s to the calm, majestic, open landscape and the heat and stuff. Yeah, I had to sit there and message and put out notes and talk to other people in the industry about the clusterfuck they're creating. Yeah, joy to me, right? Can't take a goddamn day off here. The brand is beyond salvageable, everybody knows that. Ponies wanted exclusives. I really don't understand this. It's just you label someone that doesn't have the same opinion as you as a PlayStation fan or something like that. You do know that I've covered, like, literally, and I'd love for you to find someone else that has covered more games running on Xbox Series X than I have. Seriously. I'd love to see you present that. I don't think anyone else has. I've got thousands of videos covering Series X games running. This, as far as like individually covered titles, I don't think anyone has covered more than I have. This entire generation. Seriously. I have more games on Xbox than you'll probably own or play in your entire gaming life. It's just how it is. It's just factual information. Oh, that was the funniest thing, too, when they were giving up their exclusives. The Xbox fans were like, this is a good thing. And I was saying, this is a bad thing. Why are you guys cheering this? And then all of a sudden, Xbox players want exclusives again. And I'm just like, the time to complain about not having exclusives was when they were giving up exclusives. If Xbox fans would have actually banded together and told Microsoft no, when it was just 4 games, we wouldn't be in this mess. And Xbox would be... they'd at least have exclusives or be a little bit healthier of a company. They wouldn't have pissed away their entire walled ecosystem. They'd still have a little bit of a walled ecosystem where they were making money. The Xbox Helix? No, I'm not gonna buy that, man. That's the problem with the Xbox Helix there. They won't send it to me, and I won't buy it. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't believe in Xbox hardware. I'm not going to buy into something that's going to cost $1,200 to $1,500 US if I don't believe in it. Apparently Blade is getting cancelled. Yeah, or it already has been cancelled, allegedly. Rare. Well, actually, Rare is one of the studios they're talking about potentially closing. There's some rumors about Rare as well being part of that. Xbox pays me. I never got paid by Xbox, sadly. I didn't get anything from them. The other Xbox influencer people, they got like fancy dinners, they got flown to places. I got treated like garbage for like the last 3 years. Had a hard time getting access to things. Their PR people treat me like absolute trash. Like just the worst the last 2 I've had to deal with. It's a pain in the ass to get anything from them. They dissolved the Canada side of things, which is a nightmare. I think like the best thing I got was like flown out for Toronto in 22? Who wants to go to Toronto? It was nice. I had an okay time. I think it would have been better for me to cover it at home, but like, damn. Yeah, I don't have to think about this. Have I ever gotten any money from Xbox to do anything? I got... Let's see. Technically, one time, they did pay me back for shipping something to them. Or shipping something for them. So, yeah, technically, I got money, but, like, that's because they owed me. So, like, that was for the... Was it the Titanfall controller? They shipped it to me so I could do a photo of it in the city because I live in, you know, Calgary or whatever, and they wanted to do across Canada as a promotion thing. And then they paid me back for the shipping to ship it to someone else. I think that's the only time I've gotten any money from Xbox or Microsoft that I can think of at all. Total transparency on that. I don't even know if it was technically Microsoft. It'd be more like their third-party company, I guess, technically. Yeah. Yeah, and then I got flown out for the Toronto 2022 Xbox showcase or whatever, and yeah, that was it. I wish I got paid, man. Those other guys, they only get treated so much better, you know? They get flown out, and they get to, like, go play Redfall early and say how great of a game it is and stuff. Get to go to these fancy dinners. I don't get fucking anything, man. I used to, like, get access to review things on Timely Matter. I used to get the odd package sent to me when a game would come out, but, like... and the odd, like, holiday gift. But that was more like the third-party company. I actually never even realized how much that third-party company in Canada actually, like, saved me from dealing with, not Microsoft, but Microsoft's third-party PR group, which is a freaking nightmare to deal with. An absolute nightmare. Anyways, yeah. They sent you $50 for NHL credits? That's sick, dude. Did you win, like, a contest, then? That's cool, man. Am I ready for GTA 6? Can anyone be ready for that? A dinner in Redfall? Aw, man, you gotta go do, like, a industry dinner. They're really nice. They, like, cover your, like, food and your drinks and stuff. Industry dinners are the bomb. Bethesda used to throw the sickest parties before Microsoft bought them. Oh, man, Bethesda parties are, like... they were pretty legendary. PlayStation throws some pretty damn good parties, too. Yeah, the first year I did Xbox, they threw a pretty decent party. But, like, well, you know, at E3 and stuff like that, the first time I went to the Xbox E3 in 15, that party was kind of cool. Then, subsequent years, the budget went down a lot. Yeah. That's how you knew they were really struggling as a company. And then the budget went back up for the launch of the new Xbox, and then it went down again. Needless to say, at the end of the day, I wish I was getting paid money by these companies to do this stuff. I'd love it. I'm a huge fan of money, man. I'm a great fan of it, you know? It pays for the house, pays for food. This is fantastic. Ain't gonna say no to some cash. Hell yeah. Unhappy. Actually, I got some pretty cool Xbox gifts over the years, but that wasn't really Xbox sending them. That was, again, the Xbox Canada group. I got this really nice Xbox 20th anniversary, like, bomber jacket and stuff. It's sick. Well, I don't know if it's a bomber. The bomber's got the things. Anyways. Yeah. Like I said, I used to get little stuff like that, and then it started getting worse and worse and worse, and then yeah, it's just got where it is now. Anyways, needless to say, at the end of the day, big fan of money, love benefits, everything else is annoying. Where is it? Burnout? Criterion? They're owned by EA. What are you talking about? Like an ASHA party? Actually, I keep seeing photos on LinkedIn from the ASHA Xbox party. Apparently, she throws on quite a cool little shindig there. You know, they take pictures with all the legacy stuff of Xbox. It's kind of like almost like a bit of a farewell party for Xbox. Actually, if you think about it, that 25th anniversary little shindig there that they had at the, you know, E3 of New or whatever. Yeah, by all accounts, it looked like a great party. Like I said, I don't get invited to that kind of stuff. Fucking Toronto. Everyone's so mean there, man. People said mean stuff to me while I was there. Just walking on the streets. But Alberta's the bad place. Yeah, okay. Okay. Burnout, yeah, Burnout's a dead franchise. I don't think anybody bought or not enough people bought the remaster or whatever, or they just weren't interested in continuing it. The fact that we got Burnout Paradise Remastered is actually quite amazing, honestly. I didn't think that would happen. Man, what a crazy time. You really would have thought, though, that the company that's like backed by $1 trillion parent entity that owns every single major IP in gaming. But people are successful, right? Oh, Gunler wants to join. Are you actually ready to go, Gunler guy? One sec. Let's see if we get this Gunler guy in. He doesn't say a lot. See, he's got a G, but like, what does that mean? So he's got the G I have, right? But he's got 670,000. I've got 792,000. Why is our G the same? Are we part of the same G unit? Like, I don't understand here. Shouldn't his G be like a lesser G because he's got like... How much was it? Like 200,000 less or something like that? Why is his G as cool as my G? 670,000. Oh, I've got 100,000 something more, but like, why are our G's the same? Can't make much for exclusives. Too conservative. I'm apparently not conservative enough here compared to some of the things I was hearing when I went to Toronto. Christ, man, people were very cruel there. But like, yeah, I don't get it. Our G's are the same. I should have a better G than this guy. Fucking kills me. But okay. So anyways, to talk about the Game Pass thing, that's the whole point of it, though. Is that you cannibalize your sales to make monthly profits. That's where so many people get confused. Like we talk about with Black Ops there being on Game Pass, they're like, they lost 300 million putting Black Ops 6 on Game Pass. So it's like, well, no, they sacrifice sales, they cannibalize sales in order to drive subscriptions. As a company, from an investor standpoint, you're more valuable if you're making X amount of dollars off of a monthly subscription than you are selling something. The only problem is when you lose money in doing that. It's like Netflix there. They're not making money. You know, they spend like $100 million on these movies and stuff like that. They're not making any profit off of that movie. But they're making profit off the subscription, which funds the games, or funds the films. In Xbox's case, it funds the games. That was the idea. They wanted to be the Netflix of gaming. The problem is that Netflix is something you put on in the background while you're doing your chores, you're sitting there, you're chilling with your significant other, stuff like that. But like games, you have to play them. And a subscription is also only as good as the hardware that exists for it. The hardware, like your Game Pass subscription, is intrinsically tied to hardware. It's tied to the number of Xboxes they sell. That's why it's like, what, 60, I think it's like 70-something% of Game Pass subscribers are on the console. That's your player base. So if you don't sell more Xboxes, you don't sell more subscriptions. And then Xbox was like, we'll patch this by being, everywhere. Because like people want to game through the cloud, and it's like, well, they don't really have the data for it, or the network, or the infrastructure, or the desire to game in that way. It's... I'd probably rather sit there and watch a movie on my phone when traveling than playing a game on my phone. And as I said, Xbox, we wouldn't even be having these conversations if Xbox had sold 90 million consoles. Game Pass would be thriving. It would be doing really well. If Game Pass existed on PlayStation, Game Pass would be a very successful service with their first-party PlayStation stuff. And we wouldn't have these conversations at all. It'd be like, oh, well, they lost 300 million on Horizon there. But they didn't. They made X amount of dollars, or they drove X amount of subscriptions. And that's how you do it, is you use that to subsidize the games. It's just Xbox isn't good at selling hardware or making great games that drive subscriptions. And they lack in brand synergy, which we've talked about a billion times. There's a Fallout show that's doing really well, but they don't have a new Fallout game to tie into that, or a Fallout remaster, or anything. It's just bad planning. Yeah. You never come here. It's a beautiful province. We've got some lovely mountains. It's actually a pretty nice area, honestly. You know, there's no provincial sales tax. Things are affordable here. There's a reason people from Ontario and BC are flooding to my province and, you know, unbalancing how many people live here. It's because it's better to live here. Otherwise, I wouldn't see so many Ontario and BC license plates everywhere I go. You gotta be somewhat special, where every third person I talk to is from another province that's living here. Just saying. Is part of your phone contract? Okay, that's hilarious. Yeah. The death of Xbox art. I could probably actually make like a really high quality Netflix-like documentary about the fall of Xbox. I'll probably be tapped to like talk in an interview about it someday. But for now, I sit here and wait for your likes, subscribe, it's great, it's cool. Consider becoming a channel member of the giftings, the Patreon option, and the Discord for stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. All that more in the video description below. Yeah, Canada's lovely. We got lots of stuff, man. It's quite natural around here, too. We're building, but, you know, it's still pretty nature-focused and stuff. It's a lovely spot. BioWare might be getting the axe. Well, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. I mean, like, what the hell was the Veilguard, dude? Not to mention Andromeda, the clusterfuck that was Anthem. If anything, it's kind of amazing that EA keeps giving them chances. Yeah.
Your flag taken.
Mm-hmm. If you had one place you'd live here. Oh, that's so flattering of you to say. It's hilarious though, because I talked to like, even, you know, there's some dudes like from ball hockey and stuff, and like, a couple of them come from Ontario, and they're like, oh, it's sick, dude, you know, you don't have to pay fucking, there's no sales tax, and fucking house taxes are cheaper, and everything costs less, and gas costs less here. You're like, it's great. They're like, the mountains are right there. Everyone's so nice, it's like, yep. It's not a bad place to be, man. Not a bad place to be. Not a bad spot. To TCL, the TV brand? TCL. Why would TCL, the TV brand, buy that? I was right all along. I mean, I like to think I have a decent grasp on the industry. And, like, I think a lot of the stuff that I said would kind of happen around Xbox has happened. You know, as far as everything being, you know, kind of going over to another platform, the loss of exclusives over the years, the ecosystem crumbling, people leaving the ecosystem and the platform due to a lack of exclusives. I like to think I've kind of had like a pretty good, you know, like as far as like you go back, what, 2 years, 3 years ago or whatever, when they gave up exclusives and go back to those videos and the streams I did, I think a lot of that stuff has actually happened over the last, you know, during this time period. I think I was like right on the money with a lot of that stuff. Except I thought Phil Spencer would stick around longer. The guy did not want to seem to leave. I just actually, in all honesty, I didn't think Xbox was in as bad of a revenue freefall as, like, it's worse than I actually anticipated as far as like how the company's doing, because they said it's like what, 3% margins now. It used to be 20% before they gave up exclusives. Like, that's the revenue's completely crumbled. And to a company like Microsoft, they're not gonna like that. They want to make money off of you. You know, it's either they're going to start seeing it as like an art form that they buy into and they subsidize, which Saya said they're not anymore, or they just stop with the Xbox. Yeah. TV division to TCL? Well, I mean, that would make sense because TCL does TVs and Sony wanted to sell part of their TV division. But like, why would they sell their game division to a TV company? Doesn't really make any sense at all. And it's just random nonsense. I just grenaded Gunler. I feel kind of bad about that, man. I thought I was going to be helping you, and I kind of ended your life, and I'm sorry about that. That's the tone that ASHA's going to use against other companies. Xbox Tarot card holder. I don't think you really need tarot cards or mysticism to kind of just follow how or what a company is doing and seeing where it's going to end up for them. You kind of just look at it from a logical standpoint, like understanding the industry, and you're looking at where the money goes and how expensive it is to make things and the time it takes to make things, and you can make some pretty justified guesses as to what is going to happen. Again, Xbox really does not understand the industry. They hire people that don't understand the industry. It's like, you don't have to understand the industry to be someone that does well in the business, but you need to have people around you or take the time to learn and actually work around that in order to actually be successful in the industry. And it's like having Matt Booty there is like not good. Remember, guys, the 4 horsemen of the Xbox apocalypse: Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, and Matt Booty. 2 are gone, 2 remain. Guess Sayu's technically the Charred Council. I don't know who Asha would be in that situation. The 5th horseman? Death? Yeah, I went right through that overshield like it was candy.
Your flag taken.
China, but why would China buy PlayStation? I don't understand. My ASHA confidence is gone. She interrupted my day by selling or destroying companies. Their TV division is failing. Well, that's probably why they sold it off, I would say. Again, I don't understand. This guy's just like, TCL will buy PlayStation. That's like saying Home Depot is going to buy PlayStation. It's like, but why? Who bought Vio 10 from Sony? Would that be the other company that would buy? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, do they have the market capital too? Would they be able to get through the red tape of like buying PlayStation as far as like, you know, a Japanese company ownership wise versus China? It's just like a dumb thing to say that makes no sense. Well, Call of Duty didn't sell to Microsoft. Activision Blizzard sold to Microsoft when their stocks tanked due to all the scandals coming out. And it was a perfect situation for Microsoft to acquire the company that was worth quite a bit for a lot less than they normally would be worth. It wasn't due to saying, you know, that. It's, you just kind of fundamentally don't understand how business really works. We get a timeout for this guy saying nonsense in the chat. They don't make laptops anymore. Well, I mean, Sony is a company that makes, you know, they do multiple things. They have hands in different pies, but they've sold off a lot of the pies if they're not making money and stuff. Big part of Sony these days is PlayStation, so they're kind of tied to them a lot as a company, but they can always, you know, do other things, make money off of that. Yeah. How was my day? It was fine. I went for a nice walk around the Heritage Park there, and then I came home and doing this stuff. Like I said, I was having a lovely time out there, seeing the history and everything like that, and then this fucking Xbox stuff got in the way of what I was doing. It ruined my day, actually. Yeah, I think this guy just is stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and just give him a timeout. Yeah, because he's just saying dumb things. Please come back and say less dumb things. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we don't usually time people out for stupidity, but there's like, you know, That's just stupid nonsense he's saying there. Capcom's doing great, yeah. Live service games are failing? Well, that's inherently the structure of a live service game, is it's a gamble. You know, you put out something that doesn't work and then you get closed, or you put out something that becomes Fortnite and you make billions of dollars. It's a gamble. I mean, in theory, if you get a good live service game going, you can, like, you know, almost indefinitely kind of support your studio and your other pursuits. I mean, look what it's done for Epic. Now they got all this Fortnite money, they're able to piss away money, like trying to run a store and everything like that, and all those sort of things. Although it's kind of running out a little bit, and they're a little bit more in trouble because Fortnite's kind of lowering a little bit. But you know, they've been able to subsidize all these other businesses and other games and buying things like Rocket League and stuff because Fortnite's so successful. Yeah. What studios? All the studios. A cold one in this economy. I will say I do regret not going in at Heritage Park there and sitting for an extra second and getting a drink and a sandwich. That's for sure. I know people spam things in the chat all the time. I just like them to spam kind of coherent things that are like legible to make a little bit of sense. Oh, Drug Dealer Simulator? Yeah, I'm sure that video will pop up popular in the next day or two when it fully launches. I just kind of needed something tonight, or for today, from yesterday, because it was so late after the stream was done. Like, Transformers was quite long, so I was just like, oh, I'll pop it out a day early, because I didn't have time to do the other videos I had planned. Yeah. COD, no, he said COD had no value, which is just inherently wrong. Like, Call of Duty is a rare earth metal like lithium. That's why everyone in the gaming industry fought over it for like 2 years in court. And why Xbox literally had to remove it from Game Pass because it was so valuable. Yep. It is one of the most important essential parts of gaming, actually. Anyways. Kids gaming studios? What are you talking about? Sometimes I look at the chat, I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Xbox over, Xbox gone, Xbox forgotten. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'm wondering how widespread these actual layoffs are gonna be, because it's like, we've got a handful of studios named, but like, how many more will follow? What's the full extent of this? No one is safe at Xbox anymore. Wouldn't that be a crazy twist if Satya fired or laid off ASHA out of nowhere? It would be like, and then he comes out and he's like, no one's safe. Fucking funny. I just picture that one picture of him where he's like laughing maniacally and it's like, okay. He's too powerful. He's like Palpatine, kinda. Kinda like Palpatine. The kids that are woke. I don't know. I think it's good that if, you know, a kid has a job at a studio, he's or she or whatever is like awake and functioning. It's better than them being asleep while they're working. You know, if anything, it'd be lazy to like not be awake while you're working at a job and stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be kind of odd. My favorite what food? Made more money than them selling exclusives. Well, that was the idea. Game Pass actually, for a while there, when it had the number of members it did, it was actually making them like good amounts of profit. Like, they were generating good income. It's just most people in society are too stupid to understand the cannibalization of, like, you know, game sales to make money off of a secure subscription. I mean, as like a company, would you rather make, you know, one-time purchase of a game, or would you rather somebody be paying you all year long, plus spending money in your games, buying, you know, microtransactions, battle passes, etc., etc. You make more money off the subscription, and you look better and stronger to add, like, shareholders in that sense. But again, it's all about math, right? What brings money, what doesn't, what drives subscriptions, what doesn't. Yeah, all that stuff. Oh, COD was a reason for people to subscribe to Game Pass. Didn't they gain like 6+ million subscribers to Game Pass when they had a COD?
Red team.
And then they
30
pissed
seconds
it
to
all
win.
away by doubling the price. Ah, it was truly a special Phil Spencer moment. God damn it, Twitch Darth, stop betraying me. I can't kick this guy out. Yeah. Need studios to succeed? Well, I mean, it kind of looks really bad if they close studios. That means they're not doing well, and why would you want to work with that company? So it's harder to obtain talent. Do I even need to go through the reasons why it looks bad for a company to, like, cut off pieces of them? It's kind of like yourself, you know? It's like, do you need your finger? But you kind of like having it. You know? It's like in my house. Do I need an air fryer? No, but I kind of enjoy having it available. I mean, how much money are they realistically saving even by closing Double Fine? Like, how much could Double Fine realistically actually cost them? Like, it's a rounding error to how much Microsoft makes in a year. A rounding error. Cool skins? Nah, they already said they're not doing that in the next one. Near-term prospects of gaming? I don't know. Great games coming out. People whining about gaming, studios getting closed and they make big misfires or produce games that aren't commercially viable. It's kind of really tied to the markets and, you know, the clusterfuck with AI and stuff right now, and it's all over the place, man. I'm sure gaming will continue on as usual, but there'll be some rough steps ahead for people that like work in it and people that like certain IPs and stuff like that. Software versus hardware. Well, again, you can't sell software if you don't have hardware. Duh. You can't sell subscriptions without hardware. That's why 70% of Game Pass subscriptions are on Xbox. Fuck. You're like Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. You don't understand. You have to sell hardware to drive subscriptions. It's like when they lost all those users, when they doubled the price of Game Pass, and their revenue went down, or when they gave away all their exclusives and people moved over to other platforms and their revenue tanked. Because they're not making money, because they don't have those users. And exclusives drive people to a console. Spider-Man may break even, but fuck, think of how many PlayStations it sold. Think of how many other games or microtransactions or subscriptions or other things people paid for because they bought a PlayStation because they like Spider-Man. It's just basic economics.
Hill control. Gain the lead.
It's like Netflix works because like you can play Netflix off of anything. And you just watch. It's not like games that you have to play and interact with and do stuff with. Like you just watch things. And it's, you know, that's why that works like that. But gaming is very different. It's similar, but it's different. Get him, Gundler. Good rocket, man. Let me grab this. Buying Activision? Well, technically it wasn't a bad decision. They made a lot of money off of Activision. Activision Blizzard was actually carrying Xbox over the last couple of years as far as like profits and stuff go. I mean, anybody that could look at the quarterlies was seeing that that was the case. That they were subsidizing them. I mean, like, yeah, it was very smart. You know, King makes lots of money, Activision makes lots of money, Blizzard makes lots of money. I said many times that that wasn't an Xbox acquisition, that was a Microsoft acquisition. Xbox as an entity can cease to exist, but Activision Blizzard King will still make tons of money. They don't need Xbox to be around. It was a very smart purchase. You'll never get an you would have never gotten an opportunity to buy Activision that cheap again. That's why shareholders bought and then settled with Microsoft last month. Or shareholders complained and then settled with Microsoft's payment last month was because, you know, they got shafted a bit on the true value of their company. It's just because everything lined up perfectly. I mean, you would have been silly not to buy Activision Blizzard at that low point because never again would they be worth that amount of money. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it. Like, Call of Duty is the equivalent of lithium. It's a fine earth metal. You know, no one else can produce a game like that yearly at that level of quality and make that much money off of it. Or, well, very few studios can. Well, actually, no, there's nothing else like that out there in gaming, is there? Yeah, yearly release that does those kind of numbers. It does not exist. It's truly a special unicorn out there. Why did Sarah sell badly? I don't know. Do we know Sarah sold badly? And don't say Alina Analytics, because those guys make up fucking numbers. Like, do we actually have, like, I mean, I assume it didn't sell as well, but I don't think we actually have any, like, proof of metrics yet until the quarterlies come out or anything. I swear to God, if you post some stats about Alina Analytics, you will get fucking banned. Man, I just screwed over that guy in front of me so badly with that plasma pistol. I feel so bad, I didn't mean to do that. But, like, I don't know why wasn't Sarah's as well liked if it didn't sell as well. Probably because it was, like, the exact same thing as Returnal, and it didn't have a very good hook. We've talked about this before, many, many times already. You know, you look at something like Returnal. Okay, there's an astronaut woman. She keeps crashing. She keeps reliving the same thing over and over again. There's a spaceship. She's seeing things. What's happening? What's the mystery? What's going on? Saros, it's like, okay, well, it's basically the same thing as last game, but it's some guy with a plot that doesn't look really interesting. It's like, okay, there's an eclipse. He sees some kind of scantily dressed woman. I don't care. You know, there's no hook. There's no interest. There's no mystery or anything. Yeah, the actor, I think, is semi-charismatic, but the performance, not very charismatic, and, you know, just wasn't as interesting of a game. And it took too long for them to make, and, yeah. That's probably why. Again, we don't know how much it sold because Alina Analytics makes up numbers based off of reviews. Anyways, it's been a while. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe, it's great, donations cool, consider becoming a channel member. Channel member, gifting the patron option, and the Discord for some stream alerts, and there's also that Amazon store affiliate link. All that more in the video description below. Yes, yes. They own Spyro. They do own Spyro. They literally forked out the company and went third party. Yeah. They own World of Warcraft. Yes, they do own World of Warcraft. I mean, I'm sure Xbox will eventually just be an app on your PC before Microsoft sunsets it someday, but like, I mean, you can't look at their ecosystem and say it's healthy. It's fallen. Sky fallen. Did I like play the Bond game? I did, I streamed it, I did a review of it. I interviewed the Bond girl from it. Where have you been? That's doing well. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I literally reviewed it, streamed it all, interviewed the leading lady. Yeah. Yeah, I covered it. A little bit. Surgency Sandstorm's really good. I really like that one. Kind of surprised they haven't done a sequel now, or at this point. Yeah. You don't even know what to do because nobody cares. That's the problem. Woke Studios. Yeah, this guy's just problematic, isn't he? People just really throw that word in front of anything they don't like or aren't interested in. It's a very weaponized phrase for some reason. It's kind of sad. And you can tell exactly what type of person they are if they use that kind of phrasing. Man, society's gone downhill. I think it's because anybody can have like an opinion on things online these days. I think that's part of the problem. My collection is safe. It doesn't feel safe. Warcraft on console? There is tax of it and stuff over the years. It's just not really economic too. You know, you have to spend all that time porting it, and then you have to like keep it updated and stuff like that. You know, it's just probably they make enough money off of Warcraft, World of Warcraft on PC. It's like, why would you a universe of content? I mean, if you played the Bond game, you should probably check out the interview with her. She's very aesthetically pleasing. She gives a great interview. It's lots of fun. People are really liking it. Yeah. My channel, yeah, there's lots of stuff here. You know, it never hurts to sit there and do a little scroll through on... Where the fuck's my phone? Never hurts to do a little scroll through on things. Actually, where the hell is my phone? Did I like fucking lose it? I thought it was charging. 1 sec here. Did I like put it downstairs? Like, what the hell? Where did it go? Oh, that's not good. Huh, 1 sec here. Where is this thing?
Capture the flag.
I found it, guys. You have my phone? No, you don't. Anyways, I found it. It was downstairs on my countertop for some reason. I actually legitimately thought it was charging on that phone stand. That's hilarious. I was looking over there. I was like, I wonder if it'll be charged. Huh. I'm sure it'll be around here somewhere in the house. Okay. Missed the most important part of the stream. Now it's going to be the most important part of the match. Remember, guys, the most first 7 seconds of any Halo match are the most important of it. Oh, man, these stairs. Run, Gunler. Flag juggle. Flag juggle, Gunler. Flag juggle for your life. Damn it, my shields didn't recharge. Anyways, I got this like funny tweet thing my buddy sent me. This is what Double Fine tweeted tonight. This is the little emote where it's like, oh, sweat. Damn. The texts were alarming. I got texts? That's great news. That's ecstatic. Get it and move on. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a good little timeout. RuneScape. Well, they're doing the RuneScape spin-off. They're not doing main RuneScape to console. Like, again, at this point, you're basically just developing for PlayStation and the Switch, so it's like... You gotta do a crunch the numbers on if that's worth it, and it's like, you gotta support and update all these platforms and stuff, and it's like... For a lot of companies, it's just not financially worth it spending all the porting time or spending all the money getting... Like, how much more are you realistically gonna make putting your stuff on other platforms? Yeah. I know, right? Poor Double Fine having to, like, tweet that out there. Imagine working for a company, and it's like, oh yeah, you guys are screwed, and you read that in the news and everything, everyone's talking about it all day, it sucks. That's the worst thing with Xbox too, is like, a lot of companies you can sit there and be like, well, you know, rumor's a rumor, but like, if it's anything negative about Xbox, it's probably 100% accurate. I'm not saying in this case, we know these studios are, you know, getting spun off or closed, like we've got enough proof there, but like, usually your random day to day, if you see like a news thing or something about Xbox and it's a negative, at least 99.9% probably going to be true and accurate. That's just the state of things for the platform. And it's like, if you're not bailing or coming out with like an exit strategy, it's just like you're choosing to live in bliss, and ignorant bliss. I had that rocket guy there. God, where did that shot coming from? Killed, yeah, killed. Two very financially irresponsible and not financially viable games. Double Fine made there. But, you know, again, it's like Phil Spencer signed off on all that stuff, you know? He's Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, it's a team. Junkster, I didn't even hear about that. To finish Psychonauts 2. Well, they didn't do it to finish off Psychonauts 2. They did it to secure funding so they didn't have to worry about you know, having to secure funding again in the future. I mean, they definitely took money and they used that to like add to Psychonauts 2, and it created an even better game because of it. But like, let's be real here, you know, you go in, and Phil Spencer sits there, he sells you dreams, and he's like, you know, don't worry, you just keep making great games and stuff like that, and then just lets them piss away money. It's like, you know, what do you think's gonna happen eventually, right? Yeah. Well, again, it's a multiple situation thing here. It's not your fault if you're not playing something or not buying something you're not interested in. You know, you shouldn't feel bad or feel like you have to do that with these games. It's a balance, right? On one hand, yeah, they want to make weird, quirky things, which is great. But on the other hand, they're in business, they need to make money, they need to make financially viable stuff. And then on the other hand, yeah, there's people, like lots of people are involved in making games. And there's lots of people that make choices along the way. And it's like, at the end of the day, you look at it, it's like, okay, so for something like Kiln to exist, someone's got to pitch it, someone at Xbox has to say okay, and you know, like, we're going to put funding aside for this, and then multiple people have to look at this and be like, is this financially viable? Does this do anything for us? There's this huge chain of people that a game has to go through before it's released. Kiln was actually really adorable. The physics tech for the clay stuff was really good, but the game itself makes no sense, because who wants to do it? It's an online-only pottery fighting game. There's no offline, so once it's dead, it's dead. Matches are like seconds long. It looks like it's designed for mobile, but you play it on your consoles. It didn't stand a chance at all. I can see that. The tactics is called flag juggling, Thomas. It's a classic move. It's an ancient art of Xbox. It's the flag juggling. Flag juggling. Do 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 do. A few months ago, Matt Booty said Double Fine and Compulsion are examples of studios where they're committed to providing something where little sparks can grow into something big. Ha ha! Psych! Do, 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 do. Oh, now I can catch up with Liam's little post there. Oh, he gave me a chart of the gamer score. These icons are horrific. They don't tell you anything. It's just a circle and then a circle with edges and a circle with slightly more edges, but that doesn't tell you the difference in gamer score at all. I think it's a design issue with the gamer score badges where it's just kind of like, they just don't mean anything. Like, if you can't look at something that's designed and tell what it means, that's just bad design. Right? Right? NBA The Run looks fun. It's something where if you're buying it, just understand it won't work in like 3 months because everyone will stop playing it. It's online only, there's no offline at all. That's another game that should be have an offline mode so you just play against bots. But yeah, no, NBA The Run, it's online only. It's not bad, I did a review of it there. I was debating a stream, but I don't think so. No, I don't think so now. But like, it's enjoyable, but yeah, you do quick 3-minute matches. It's multiplayer only. It's kind of niche. As soon as NBA 2K comes out, all the players will be gone, and kind of just pissed away money on it. Is what I look at it as, essentially. It'll be dead in like three months. Hardware will be cheap. Well, PlayStation still has an ecosystem, so they'll subsidize their hardware a little bit, and the specs they put in it are cheaper. I mean, there'll be struggles, but PlayStation 6 will be the more affordable console. It'll be the console with exclusives. It'll be the console with all of Xbox's games. And it'll have a built-in user base that will want to move forward because they like that ecosystem and they believe in it, and they haven't gotten fucked over by them yet. Yep. That's what I like to hear, Skatepunk. Carry on. There's a huge documentary about Psychonauts 2. Oh yeah, I heard about that. It looked cool. Actually, if you haven't seen a good documentary, it was actually kind of fun. When Xbox was doing like a movie studio, they made one where they went and found the Atari cartridges. Actually, fun fact, I learned that Zellers Canada used to produce out of, I think, Taiwan or something like that, bootleg Atari games and sold them as Zeller Atari games. I learned that on Twitter today. Trailer for Junkster. I mean, if I remember, I could just look at it in between matches. Yeah. I just look at it between matches. And if I missed any comments, don't be afraid to re-ask. It was slightly busier than usual, but not as busy as these Death of Xbox streams usually are. Halo Evolved on PC. Halo Evolved looks nice everywhere. Unless you're talking about the remake. It just looks like UE5 dribble. Yeah. Keeper. Yeah, Keeper is like a weird one because I like the game, but like it doesn't really make sense as to why anyone would be into it. And it wasn't good enough to win awards. And it wasn't advertised at all. And it'll probably be just completely forgotten about. It is actually a neat little game. There's some fun little story twists and everything in it. It's just weird that it runs at 30 FPS for some reason and doesn't visually look very good, and it's like kind of your generic UE slot, but like... Again, I'm not... That's why I've said many times, I don't understand who they're making some of these games for. People really mistake that as a... You know, kind of this thing where it's like, well, you know, they deserve to die or something because of it. It's just like, there's a lot of chains of failure that lead up to a game not doing well, and it's sort of like a game about a lighthouse that walks. Okay, the idea is sort of neat, but like, marketing-wise, how the fuck do you sell that to someone? It just doesn't sound very interesting. It's like something that would have existed on the Xbox Live Arcade that you'd pay like $10 for back in the 2000s. And then like a decade later you'd be like, remember that Lighthouse game? I like that one kinda. But like in the modern era, it's like, who's working out money for that? But you need games like that too. That like I said, that was the whole point of Microsoft buying Double Fine. That's what they do. They make quirky, small, little games that just do weird things. They've mostly missed this financially. Like, again, the whole point of that company is there's something that you're in your arsenal of games to provide for someone different. Someone that just doesn't want straight-up shooters over and over again. It's something unique. Bolsters your lineup. It's the whole faltering of the whole thing failing the console being successful as far as sales. You're up in the morning, watching the World Cup stuff. Now you know how we feel when there's the Olympics or whatever the freak on the other side of the world. It's exhausting. Yeah, those late nights will kill you. Sprint in Halo 1, don't even get me started on that. Get me started on those likes on the stream, subscribe, and great donations. Cool. Consider becoming a channel member. Channel member, the gifted, the Patreon option, and the Discord for some stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. I'll have more in the video description below. And again, as much as I kind of like it and stuff like that, I'm just kind of looking at it, I'm like, a lighthouse walking sim. Who is this for? Who's buying or paying money or, you know, subscribing to Game Pass for this? It's like, yeah, as I said, it probably would have been a big hit on the Xbox Live Arcade back in the 2000s, but that was like 20 years ago. It's like a student project, basically. A weird one. Yeah, good old 30 FPS, and it had performance drops, which is crazy. The Halo third-person mode, I mean, it's just an extra. Did you see they added mods in third-person to Dying Light 2? That was kind of cool. Yeah. Dead by Daylight. Oh, someone asked what we're doing tomorrow. I think it's going to be Dead by Daylight, assuming my JSON code comes in. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Did you guys see the Dead by Daylight news? For their 10th anniversary, they're redoing like all the maps, all the characters, to make them more realistic. Scooby-Doo's coming in December. They've got Art the Clown's coming in October or something like that. Jason comes out tomorrow, I think. And then they've got The Walking Dead. Diablo's coming to it. There were some other franchises. I was just like, Scooby-Doo, that's cool. For freaking, for Dead by Daylight, I was like, that's kind of neat.
Kill control.
But anyways, I think Jason will be popular in their first stream. I think that'll get the guys. I think that'll get the people going. Yeah. I think that'll get the people going. Daylight. That's like me every day, dude. It sucks. Like, if I'm lucky, I'll have my work done and I can go to bed when it's dark. But like most nights, it's like daytime when I go to bed. It takes forever to get all this stuff done. For goddamn ever, dude. It's exhausting. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like passion projects in gaming are great because you never know what you're gonna get. But like, you have to also be producing financially viable games in the same time span. It's sort of, you know, the movie industry does it all the time. One for you, one for me. Playground? Well, there's talks of, what was it? There's talks of ID Tech layoffs and Bethesda layoffs, and definitely layoffs are coming to like Treyarch. Like the studio had just stepped down today. So there's no studio, like actually I'd say Playground might be targeted for layoffs because they just released Forza. You know, the project's done, so that's actually kind of a good excuse for them to lay people off and then hire people back later when they work on something else. Yeah, you gotta remember, Playground's two teams. It's a team that works on Fable and a team that works on Forza. So, yeah.
Red team, 1 minute to win. Blue team, 1 minute to win.
More like companies? Well, I mean, they are, well, it depends on it. There's like, it's kind of like multiple forks within Microsoft. You gotta remember too, Activision Blizzard still technically needs to be kept as a separate entity in case they ever want to like, in case any sort of government, not that the US government is gonna do anything. In case they have to split up Activision Blizzard, it still has to be contained as like a separate entity for like 10 years or something like that.
30 seconds to win.
That's part of the conditions of them being bought, was it has to be like maintained as a separate company. And then Bethesda is still basically by itself, and then everything else is stuck under Xbox Game Studios, basically. It's like a bunch of layers. Xbox? I mean, like, it'll probably be an app on your PC before they discontinue it someday down the road, but, like, a console, I don't think it'll be around in, like, 3 years, probably. Like, it'll still, your stuff will still work, but, like, as far as them, like, being actually, like, a console competitive manufacturer in the industry, yeah, it's, like, 3 years or less, basically. They'll probably get that Asus Xbox thing out the door, and then they'll just shutter the console stuff because no one's gonna buy an Asus Xbox. Yeah. No one will buy that. They're 3DOing Xbox, so it's just gonna be like the death of it. Well, I mean, it's already dying, but it'll be the pull the plug of it. Right now it's on life alert, kind of. Yeah. Ash is the surgeon, she's cutting off limbs. Some would say the body, you know, to save it. Some would say just because she enjoys it. Hill control. Bungie. Yeah, well, Bungie is an entity within PlayStation, but very likely, due to their financial failures, Bungie will probably, as Marathon continues to kind of shrink and stuff, I'm sure Bungie will get slowly sort of absorbed and become a semi-supporting studio at PlayStation, I would imagine, or completely dissolved into other parts of it. They've already dissolved part of the company, or merged part of it into PlayStation, like other parts of it. Players played their football. We were unlucky. Oh, did we play a second game? I haven't even kept up, dude. I know we tied, which is not good. No, I think we just played one. Oh no, we played two? Oh, that was friendlies. This is that one, and then yeah, the next one's on the 18th. You score some. You need to actually win some matches, I guess, to get points or something to continue. No, it's not just these studios. There's other studios. Like nothing at Xbox is safe right now. It's going to be a bloodbath, unlike we've ever seen, which is kind of interesting because you can go back to emails from Phil Spencer that were sort of shown during the Activision Blizzard case, where literally someone at Microsoft was warning him that it'll be the greatest bloodbath ever in the entire history of the industry if his Game Pass ambitions fail. Here we are. The crazier thing is he got to leave before, you know, he got to leave like basically scot-free and everyone still likes him, which is weird. Yeah. We also played friendlies, Thomas. You made it sound like we played multiple games, so I was like, I missed one? Do, do, do. Oh yeah, Junkster is supposed to look at that between matches. 1 second. Jenga, do we know that guy? Junkster. Oh, cool. That's kind of neat looking. 3D platformer with an awesome building mechanic. See, once upon a time, I could sit here and anything they add to Game Pass, I could do a video of it and people would check it out because it's popular. Nowadays, there's like no Xbox fans left, so it's like you gotta really pick and choose what you cover. Apparently, things like Backrooms, that's what people are into. Viral games. Yeah. Telling Bethesda, well, apparently they're trimming Bethesda, so I don't think that's gonna help much, but we'll see. We will see. Because if there's one thing I know that's gonna help them put out more games, it's closing studios and laying people off. I'm sure that will fix the decades of problems. Too expensive? Yeah, I'm sure Double Fine, that makes quirky little indie games, was siphoning off billions of dollars. Yeah. The companies they're looking at closing right now are essentially rounding errors to the amount of Microsoft makes every single day and every quarter. Rounding errors. Yeah. Sure gonna make it hard for Microsoft to buy other studios and stuff going down the road. You'd be stupid to sell yourselves to them. Unless you just wanted to cash out. Years ago, we weren't great. Well, I think the thing with soccer there, Thomas, is we just don't care about it. that's the thing. We just don't really care about it. But you know, it's growing in popularity, especially among younger people, because parents put their kids into soccer because it's cheap. Honestly, like it's basically it's become too expensive to put kids into, like, you know, hockey and other things. So if you want to get your kids involved in sports, something like soccer is very affordable. So that's kind of where it's building up here as far as youth that are, you know, aging and stuff like that. We've also had, you know, a good decade of unchecked immigration, and people that are coming in are, you know, fans of football, soccer, and stuff. So it's growing in that way. So we are, you know, fostering talent, as to say. I don't think we're putting more money in at the moment towards it. Our women are getting better funding, which is a good thing because they actually do win. But the men are improving as far as talent and stuff, and they're doing better, which is great. And, but yeah, they weren't, our government was kind of cutting back on money for athletes, and then the new government, well, the new government's the same as the old government. They have a different guy, like, you know, as the figurehead or whatever, and they've changed some of the camp, or caucus or whatever. They promised some more money towards our athletes after how bad we did at the Winter Olympics, so they're gonna start putting some more money in, but, basically, we just got some better talent that's kind of coming up, and it's growing here. Yeah. The only TLC considered for Game of the Year. It was a joke then, and it's a joke now. DLC can't be Game of the Year. It's stupid. A Starfield sequel? I mean, probably. As much as people want to hate on Starfield, it was successful. Gears of War is probably going to cost them so much money, and it'll be a prime example as to why Xbox fans are never allowed to have exclusives again. This is probably what's going to happen there, sadly. They're actually setting up Gears and the Coalition for failure, basically, is what ASHA is doing, and she's creating a prime example as to why exclusives shouldn't be on Xbox. This is what's happening, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Whoa, 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 it's Bugsnax. They're making a new game instead of a Bugsnax sequel, and I'm pissed. Pissed. Xbox decision or Microsoft. See, the problem there is you're thinking they're separate entities when they're really just one. Yes, ASHA was hired to be a, you know, a hatchet gal and come in and just cut up Xbox. An outsider with no attachment to games or anything like that. Perfect person to come in and just got it. Would you please think of the Microsoft shareholders? The money line must go up. As Satya says, they're done subsidizing entertainment. I mean, I don't know why people weren't, like, more shocked at what Satya said the other day in that interview. Like, it was pretty much on the wall that he doesn't like Xbox. Yeah. Time frame for Gears? I originally had it pegged at 6 months, but the fact that I hear that it cost $400 million... If the $400 million number is real, it's probably 3 months, but I would probably say 6 months. Because that would put it... When does Gears come out? October? November, December, January, February, March, April, you know, puts in that nice spring season, you know, it's a good, look good for the quarterlies if you can get it out before the quarter ends, make some extra money off of it on PlayStation, yeah, probably in the spring. Yeah, it would actually probably work out best. Yeah. And it'll be less crowded, yeah. Yo, the world does deserve more Bugsnax. God damn it. How come when I pull out the sword and slash, it doesn't instantly kill people? Should just have somebody should just have Halo? Well, that's just mean, man. It's bad enough for those poor remaining Xbox fans to see Halo on PlayStation. They're giving it up. We were joking earlier about Halo becoming a timed exclusive for PlayStation. I think that would be the funniest situation ever, but, you know. Yeah, Gears or Halo. At this point, Gears. Halo's kind of like... Halo's not what she was. And like another remake They're basically taking one of the most beloved games of all time and they're just shoving it in Unreal Engine. It's so sad to see what's happening to Blam. Doesn't anybody care about the Blam engine? I care about Blam. That's what makes Halo feel like Halo. Beaver Creak. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, apparently there's a server outage for Xbox again. That's exciting.
Capture the flag.
Who threw that grenade? Was that you, Gundler? Tisk. Go grab that rocket after I grab this. The next Phil Spencer. She's just like a Phil Spencer 2.0. She's doing the same thing he did. Literally the same playbook, you know? Minimal changes to get the fans excited, get that worship game going, you know, bot and AstroTurf things online to make you sound good, get the Xbox fanboys going. She's just Phil Spencer, but like, you know, attractive, essentially. Because, you know, there's nothing that gets gamers more excited than a pretty lady telling them that everything's gonna be okay and that you are Xbox. So when Xbox, like, dies, will it become we were Xbox instead of we are Xbox? You know, because you have to past tense it, right? Most stocked year of games? I don't know if there's many games I'm stocking right now, but that's good to know. Yeah, actually the most stocked year in gaming would probably be last year when they released a new Stalker game. Or the year prior where they released 3 Stalker games as a remastered collection. That was probably the most stocked year in gaming, yeah. There was a lot of stocking going on at that time. I made good money off those Stalker games. Yeah. Actually, Valander, I heard you were here to mark their words. Isn't that why we gave you moderator status? So you could feel like you were part of the council? Even though we didn't give you the rank of master? Nah, just kidding. Actually, I guess technically the ultra channel members would be like the people on the council, and the regular channel members would be like Jedi, right? If you think about it from a certain point of view. Yeah, right? Valander will convert, become a Souls man. A Souls man. Makes you sound like you like smooth jazz or something. I'm in the soul. Oh really? Yeah, Dark Souls. Souls-like. He's a Souls man. ASHA. Phil Spencer in disguise. He's transformed. Do.
Flag captured. Tied the leader.
I'm pretty sure she's not Phil Spencer in disguise. We don't need to start that kind of a thing. She's just, you know, someone that's just taken the same playbook he used well under his guidance until the end of the summer, and you know, she's perfectly capable of making the choices that Sadia tells her to. Someone has to make the Microsoft Corporation billions of dollars, and it's not gonna be you guys. I mean, it might be you guys spending money, but you know what I'm saying. You meant stacked? I don't know, you very clearly said most stocked year in gaming. That was just incorrect. The final Xbox. They'll just call it Xbox. If anything, they should call it Xbox 7 to get ahead of the PlayStation numbers. A PC online? I don't buy PCs or recommend PCs online. We have a local store where I buy my PC stuff. I would never buy it online, personally. Too many cases of people getting things with rocks and stuff in it instead of actual computer components. So I have no recommendations for you, sadly. Phil Spencer hopped in the chat. We joked for years that Phil Spencer used to watch the chat and stuff. Actually, we always say that Filet was Phil Spencer just in here, just having a great time, just being like, ah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably at least one fucking person from Microsoft that watches these streams or at least takes fucking notes. It's probably Matt Booty sitting there having a drink being like, he's right, I failed upwards the whole time. He's got me. Probably just having a laugh at it. Wiping his tears of comedy with the money he earned. Yeah. The Sith Lords. I don't think it's that intense either playing both sides. I think they just made a bunch of really bad mistakes over and over again, never fixed them or learned from them. Although if they do go back to Halo being exclusive, that guy that was wearing that PlayStation shirt and saying all future Halo games are going to be on PlayStation would look like a bit of a dumbass. That would bring me great joy. Nothing I hate more than that smug Xbox employee wearing a fucking PlayStation shirt, laughing about Xbox users when presenting Halo. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Why are there boulders in the tunnels? Physics. Physics were so hot back in the 2000s. Mike Myers. I heard Mike Myers was at the game. I saw a picture of him. He was all decked out in Canada stuff. He's the type of guy that would sit there being like, hey, be sure to like this stream. Subscribing's great. Donation's cool. Consider becoming a channel member gift in the Patreon option and the Discord for stream alerts. Oh, we got a new news thing. Allegedly, Microsoft is offering people a retirement program. Yep. Retirement program to employees. All right, that's great. I mean, that is pretty common. I think Microsoft does that, the whole company. Why is it Matt Booty taking the offer? You're going to try moonshine? 0. That's too much for you, man. Say no to the shine. Say no to the moon. Buyouts for their employees. I wonder if that's what Craig Duncan took or not. I feel like that guy probably just stepped down due to the fact that it's going to be a clusterfuck at that company going forward. No one is safe. Nothing I like more than being part of a company where I don't know if my job is safe tomorrow, or safe today, or was safe yesterday. At least everyone at Xbox is safe, or is equal and, you know, equally unsafe for their jobs. But don't worry, guys. We got a new Xbox logo. I heard Xbox is so back. Really, that guy's just spinning his controller around? What a dick. I hate people like that. Play the game. Like, what are you getting by spinning around like a dumbass? Ah, fuck. I almost had him. He was taking money to retire. The greatest Canadian. Oh, we already voted on this. It's the guy that was the father of healthcare. Yeah, we voted on it in the 2000s. I don't remember what his name is, but yeah, the guy who was the father of healthcare in Canada was the greatest Canadian. It wasn't even like really close, honestly. It was pretty much just like bang on, that guy won. That's how important healthcare is to a country, where you literally become the greatest Canadian because of it. Kind of amazing. I think close was like Terry Fox was like right up there. I think Terry Fox was second or something. That guy's just like, was a hell of a dude. They're taking our flag. How do I know that? It's because the game keeps repeating it over and over again for me. As it should. I already did that, Laurie. You just weren't listening. Would I watch you try moonshine? I mean... maybe? Are you gonna do some showmanship with it? As long as you don't show any dinner that you're having alongside it, I guess I would watch that. Yeah. As long as you don't show any of those dinners you used to show on the Discord with it. How did I miss that many shots? Jesus. Celine Dion. Yeah, I don't think she's as important as the person that gave us healthcare, but sure. Sure. Why not? No. Again, we had a vote on this, guys. It happened, like, when I was younger, like, we did this. You can go look it up. They did a poll. They polled Canadians. We probably like a way different vote now because our population demographics are so different, but, you know, back then, yeah. We voted on it. Everyone got a say. That was, you know, from here and stuff like that. But yeah. I feel like Gunletter should be carrying harder here for us. They told me he was a hero. Just like they did with Phil Spencer. He was supposed to bring balance to the Xbox, not leave it in darkness. ASHA's kind of like, you know, to the people of Xbox, like Luke Skywalker, but she comes in and she actually joins Palpatine. If you think about it. Damn, that was a bad rocket shot. What, my teammate couldn't have put any damage into that? Dude, come on. Yeah, Thomas, get you to sleep so you can stay up all night watching football. It's not really about the broken plates. It's more about the food on the broken plates was the issue. We literally banned food from the Discord because of your choices. It wasn't fair to everybody else. You know how many times I've had a lovely set of plate and I've been like, we can't show it off. Kevin? I wonder what has Kevin contributed to society. It's more what will Kevin contribute to society, am I right? He's got unlimited potential. I mean, you know, his prime years are coming past him, but like, any one of these days, his contributions will change society forever. Yeah, yeah.
Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag stolen. Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag stolen.
I think they're gonna beat us before we even capture a single flag. God damn it, Godler, what were you doing out there? You know, when we drafted you, I thought you had all the talent. I thought you had the markings of a good old ASHA out here. Something that would change the way we play Xbox. Was it all lies? Wow, look at that guy going less negative than the rest of us. Watching us all die while he sat there farming kills. Ugh. Do do do. Oh. A private lobby tomorrow? No, I'm just gonna play by myself and do it over and over again. Dead by Daylight with others just does not work for streams. You get way too much time just sitting there doing nothing. Way too much downtime. Way too much downtime. Way too much. You not got no scopes, but did you... And you know, I think at the end of it you got no win. Damn. Kevin was here recently, wasn't he? He was in,
Capture the flag.
we did Enlisted together, right? Yeah, Kevin was here recently. I'll probably have Kevin and I sit there and whip through the Gears games. We'll try to get a little bit of Game Pass or something, and then just sit there and pop off all the rest of... Like, anything we're missing on Xbox, I think it's time him and I started clearing things up. As far as streams and stuff goes, because it's like, you know, the Game Pass, I'm not getting that, like, fucking reloaded again, because I'm not working with Xbox anymore, and... I think it's time Kevin and I got through anything that was, like, lingering. This last year, we got to like I think January or something like that, and then it's all over.
Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag dropped.
The hell's my teammate freaking shooting at me for? You fucking loser!
Flag taken. Spree. Flag dropped. Flag
Trobs, die in a hole. Die in a hole, Trobs. Actually, it was pretty cool for Dying Light there. We actually, one of the developers went, oh, I wanted to go down, damn it. One of the Techland developers actually commented on one of my videos when I did about the mods, which is interesting. And then when I did NBA The Run, there was a guy that was actually, like, him and his pal were on my team in the game. And he's like, yo, we were on the team. And I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, I watch your stuff. It's cool to run into you. I was like, yeah, that's neat, man. That's another thing I've been learning too, is as far as I see like comments on Twitter and stuff, everybody's very cancerous on there, but a lot of them say they actually know who I am, which is fascinating from YouTube. They hate me on Twitter, I guess, but they, you know, they know of me, which is fascinating. I don't get that a lot, so it's quite interesting. Wow, we smoked those guys. Good job, Gunler. Where was that last match? Where was that? The Dead Rising 3 stream? Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. The thing we used to use for VPN stuff for like Xbox doesn't work anymore, so yeah. Yeah. I don't think Dead Rising 3 is gonna happen. Unless he downloaded it like I told him to, which I don't think he did, so it's like, yeah. But I think we'll knock out the Gears games, and then we'll just, you know, call it a day. Yeah, man, remember that big Xbox showcase where they announced buying all these studios that they're now closing? To think we got absolutely nowhere.
Team King of the Hill.
Is it too late to join? Not necessarily, I guess. Yeah, I guess technically not. The server's Garden Warfare? Yeah, I think that's still going. We got to stream that when they added it to, when EA's heart grew 2 sizes too large and they gave away those games. We got to stream that. That was fun. It was a great game.
Kill.
Yeah, but what do Kevin and I realistically have left to do? Gears 2 and 3? I think, right? That's it. I did like a walkthrough thing for 4 and 5, so we did Judgment. Yeah, I think it's just like literally what, Gears 2 and 3 we gotta get done, and then we'll just, you know, call it a day on that as far as Xbox stuff goes. Yeah, I don't think there's any other co-op games left that we have to do, I don't think. Yeah, we were all on board on the takeovers. We were excited. Xbox and Microsoft were gonna lead us into a new era of
Killing spree.
greatness. But, you know, it was all lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Hill control.
Phil Spencer was supposed to save the Xbox, not leave it in darkness. Destroy it. I literally can't tell if he was just forced out, or if he literally just bailed before things got so fucking bad that he'd be in charge of closing all these studios. I really genuinely can't tell. Like, it's like I can't wait till the big expose we get in like a decade. When they talk about that, you know, it breaks down all the clusterfuck of stuff that was happening in the backdrop. I can't wait. Yeah, no problem, fool guy. Rainbow Vegas? I streamed Rainbow Vegas 2 a year ago or something like that. I did Rainbow Vegas 1 not too long ago. And it's kind of become a niche. It's harder and harder to stream some of these Xbox games and stuff. There's just less interest in the platform. Not much I can do about it there. It's hard streaming economic times. Yep. Oh, well, I mean, Killing was fine is what it is. It just wasn't a commercially viable game that anybody was going to ever buy or play. So. But I mean, like, functionally, it was actually kind of fun, and it's totally, you know, okay and enjoyable. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's not a financially viable game. Chance to go independent. Well, here's the thing with these studios, is like, they probably don't have enough money to buy themselves out, and nobody's investing in gaming right now. They're pulling funds away, so it's going to be pretty hard for any of these companies to actually survive or become independent. Microsoft's basically throwing these companies out into one of the worst economic outlooks of modern living, and they're pretty much screwed. I heard of the Lego scandal, yes, I am up to date on that one, kind of. Yeah. Well, you're going to hear all kinds of bad things about Microsoft over the next couple weeks to month. As all the layoffs and stuff come out, there's going to be so many like leaked things, so many discussion things. You're going to hear some nasty stuff about Microsoft and their, you know, their owners and that. Yeah. When you get to layoffs and bloodbaths like this, it's going to be pretty bad. The Division 2. No, we never did the Division 2. Like, I covered that one, but it's not something we'd stream. I'm thinking like campaign stuff, and yeah, it's pretty much. I think it's like it's literally just the 2 Gears games, I think, that we're missing. And then we're all wrapped up. Everything else you can play everywhere else. We just need to get those 2 out of the way. Man, how did we get here? Remember when there was so much optimism for Xbox coming into this generation? What a bummer. That's what I'm saying, is like I don't think the financials are actually there for any of these companies to actually spin themselves off. Maybe Double Fine because they're like lean enough, but like, and they're not going to be able to make anything that's like really going to keep them going. All the investor money is just kind of gone at the moment. And, you know, the interest rates are so bad. There's all these like wars and recessionary and everything going on. It's just not a good market for them to leave. Stock at that Lego company. I'm sure Lego's just sitting it out. I don't know, man. It's not really my industry. I'm not well versed enough in all those little smaller intricate details of that whole clusterfuck there. Yeah. What an odd setup. I wonder why this map shows up so often. It's really not a traditional level that you would like put in rotation as often as this comes up. It's kind of peculiar. It's a very misshapen map, and it's kind of too large.
Hill control.
But it comes up all the time. Pretty sure Asha there is married. Buy Activision. What are you talking about? They made tons of fucking money off of buying Activision. That was a Microsoft purchase, not an Xbox purchase. If anything, Activision kind of swallowed up Xbox, if you think about it. Study. Well, yeah, I'm sure the mismanagement of Xbox will be studied for a long time. Or studied down the road. Just like they use the Xbox One reveal as how to not market a product to consumers, you know.
Hill control.
Man, Combat Evolved is quite a distinct experience, isn't it? It's actually really weird because like this wouldn't have been envisioned with online multiplayer. Yet here we're doing it many years later. Just as we're sitting here anxiously waiting. Your likes on the stream, subscribe, it's great. Donations, cool. Be the channel member. Channel member gift and the Patreon option and the Discord for stream alerts. There's also that Amazon store affiliate link. All that more in the description below. Yeah. Bethesda, again, all the studios are very likely going to face layoffs across Xbox. It's just how big the cuts are going to be and how many more studios will close. Aside from the first batch of mentioned title or studios. Like Xbox, we're not kidding when they said they literally just want to put out mega hits. That's the future of the company now. Yeah.
Hill control.
The Windows Phone? Oh, everything was following the Metro Windows aesthetic. Like I said, it's a combination of failures and disconnects and things like that that happened over decades.
1 minute to win.
They had everything coming out of 360 and they just kept fucking up. Then you get to a certain point where you can't fix the problems. Yeah.
Hill control.
That was actually almost a perfect grenade if it just landed on the ledge there. I'll grab that sniper.
Blue team.
The damn useless phone. Isn't that like one of his biggest regrets is not investing more in the Windows phones? I'm pretty sure that's what he says always, is that's his biggest regret is giving up on Windows Phone too early. It's kind of like Microsoft's thing though, right? It's like, you know, they kind of come into something, they don't put a full effort in, and they just pull out before things actually like look like they can be, you know, start getting good. Just like Xbox there, where they were finally getting everything together, and then they gave everything to PlayStation. Let's just heat up 1 sec here. Yeah, Chrome's probably gonna crash. The ASHA thumb, yeah, she's really. The smile's kind of intense. Like her teeth, like really are kind of like overly attentive. Like they're unsettling. Like it's it's weird. They're like too white, if that makes sense. Her teeth. Like I don't know. I'm assuming it's like adjusted vision. Like you know they've done editing to it. That's very odd. Very odd. Teeth are just too clean, too white. It's unsettling looking. I don't know if I'm the only one that's noticed that, but like, odd smile. It's not a bad one, but it's definitely odd. Man, we really love judging each other on looks, don't we? This match will not end, man.
Seconds to win. Hill
I mean, technically the Xbox One was the Xbox 720p because all the games ran at 720p. Ha ha ha, PlayStation 4 ran games better. Seriously. No, it wouldn't have helped anything. Even a different name wouldn't have done that much extra work. There was just too many problems. Too many issues. Too many compounding failures. And now we wait. Wah 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 wah. Do do do. The Kinect. The Kinect was a scapegoat by Phil Spencer. He scapegoated it. It's true, I'm delicious. That's why they're Sky fans. It's super popular. Created in the Xbox Design Labs. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. Created in the Xbox Design Lab. That is hilarious. That's actually a good one. Do, 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 do. Just waiting for another match. Xbox TV. Well, I mean, the metrics, again, did show that most people spend their time kind of using TV boxes and or using the Xbox as, like, you know, 360 is something for Netflix and stuff. The vast majority did. But they didn't really see that, like, eventually Netflix and stuff was just going to be in your TVs. You didn't need a console for it, so... I mean, they should have focused on the games and then the social media stuff being a secondary. It was kind of, like, really... When you really think about it and you go back... It was really peculiar to have the first showcase of the Xbox One be so distinctly focused on not gaming when it is a gaming console. It's almost like they wanted to release like a set media box that didn't game. If that makes sense. That's kind of what the messaging was there. It was very bad. Very, very bad messaging. And Phil Spencer was part of that team, guys. He was one of the ones that said, yes, the TV box Xbox One is the direction we want to go with. Do, do, do. Crazy King. There we go. Gunler left? God damn it, Gunler. You gotta give us some friggin' heads up before you leave, man. No wonder the matchmaking was so fucked up. You guys gotta give me a heads up on this stuff.
King of the hill.
Control the hill to score points.
New hill.
Because Gunler had better things to do than waste his evening on Halo. I like that he just knows that there's a Death of Xbox stream coming up. He literally, like, prepares in advance. God damn it, I was so frickin' close to getting that guy. Sorry, Wolf Willow. The red, he was just too quick for me. Or, well, yeah, too slightly far away from me, actually, was the problem. Yeah, he's just slightly too far away. The sword's down! It's down underneath! There we go, now the fun can begin. I liked it better when Halo 2 had weapons with like unlimited ammo resources. More entertaining. You had some real battles over certain weapons. Real battles. Let's go. They didn't actually lose that many people going to PS4. We went from like what 85 to like 50 million or something like that. It's still perfectly fixable until Series XS came out with no games. It can all be traced back to Halo Infinite not launching with Series XS and then coming out in a state of disarray. I mean, fuck, do you remember the test flights we did for Halo Infinite? What a fucking mess those were. Actually, you know, there were a lot of signs that Xbox was having hardships. People just refused to see them. They were blinded by the lies of Phil Spencer. Say Xbox is dead if I still play on it? Because I fucking feel like it. Are you stupid? Just because a platform dies doesn't mean I can't play on it. I feel like the internet welcomes lots of different people to have opinions on things, and therefore it creates some of the dumbest fucking takes you could ever imagine. Thanks, gaming Xbox. Damn right I am, Filet. Although the sticks and stuff are really worn, this controller's really been well used into it. I mean, actually, yeah, technically Halo 2 is an original Xbox game. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is an original Xbox game. How's that guy getting shot from? Wait, that guy like walked right in front of me for me to snipe him? Oh, that's convenient. Guy threw one very good grenade, one very bad grenade. Damn it. Yes, yes. PS5 Pro, that's because the best place to play Halo will be on PlayStation. Counting on the PS4? I don't think it was them not counting on the PS4 being successful. I think it was a little bit of underestimating what PlayStation was doing. I think it was a little bit of overconfidence. It was following the wrong consumer data. Yeah, it was the combination of cascading failures to really read the room in the market. It was a huge blunder, for sure. Yeah, huge blunder. That was a great sticky grenade. Did you see that? Yeah. Seriously, man. You see some of the dumbest takes online. Constantly. I was kind of hoping I'd hit him with the ice thing. I guess not. Of course I was right. I'm right quite often. God damn it, guys. I was kind of hoping the sword would be there. Like Xbox, I don't think our team's gonna pull this one out, guys.
Kill has moved. Kill taken. Comeback kill.
Oh no, there's where the sword is. He's got the sword and the sniper. Ah, there we go. Now it crashed. I had a feeling it was going to. I knew Chrome was coming. The crash was on the horizon. I knew it. Even the best takes in the industry. I don't know, Groovy. Sometimes you say some weird things positively about Xbox, and it just confuses us all out here.
Enemy nearing victory.
I will say though, you made a very smart choice buying that PlayStation, I think, as far as the news goes today. Yep. Yep.
5 minutes remain. Kill moved.
Mm-hmm.
Game over.
ASHA the Betrayer. ASHA the Hatcher. She's there to axe your favorite studios and kill your favorite games. Kind of surprised actually that Phil Spencer didn't just like wait until she came in to like cancel production on those other games like Perfect Dark and stuff. He could have just like literally made it an ASHA problem. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Free Xbox 360 discs? What? I don't need any of those. I would have needed Mortal Kombat like 3 or 4 years ago. Actually, somebody was selling 2 Guitar Hero Live guitars and Guitar Hero Live for the PS4 for $80, and I was kind of like, kind of tempted, but I was like, I really don't need it. There's like what, only like 40 songs on the disc, and they're not very good. Yeah. Well, he's not saying watching walkthroughs to decide if a game is good. He's talking about watching walkthroughs to determine an opinion on something. You know, acting as if you've played it, if you watched it. That's the point he's getting across. Yes, I think you're misconstruing it as, you know, that sort of thing. At least that's how I read Flay's potential there. Yes. Was I gonna look up, actually? Oh yeah, if the guitar thing was still for sale.
Kill.
Probably gone. Yeah, sold. Oh, and I missed the beginning, so we didn't get the rockets. That's great. See, I clipped him there. If I had one more shot, I would have killed him. God damn it, that was a big fuck up. Should have been playing instead of looking. Ah, no, maybe I should have picked that up. $80 for that. I don't think I get enough value out of playing it. Especially like the PS4 version. And again, for the PS6, maybe I could have made a video about it at some point. I don't know. I don't know. How's it going? So. Yeah. Why would they delist South of Midnight? I assume if Compulsion spins off, South of Midnight would hopefully go with Compulsion, and they would just get like temporarily delisted to be put under, you know, themselves or another publisher or something, but why would they delist the game? That doesn't make any sense. Like, Xbox owns it, like, why would they delist it? I don't think is there licensed stuff on that game? I don't think there's anything licensed on it. Damn it. Yeah, I guess if it was for Xbox, I probably would have picked it up right away, the Guitar Hero Live. Oh well, it's gone now anyways. But yeah, I was having a really hard time justifying it, because I'm pretty sure there's only like 40 tracks on disc, and they're not very heavy hitter songs, because they cheaped out on that to do the online song service that no longer exists. Yeah. A price drop on South of Midnight? I mean, I'm sure it'll go on sale eventually, but I don't. Why would you see a price drop on it? You do know that, you know, shutting down the studio doesn't mean they're desperate to make extra cash out of it and stuff. Like, I guess if they went independent, they might want to sell it cheaper. I don't know.
Contested. Hill contested. Hill control. Hill move.
The new Halo? I mean, possibly? Yeah, I don't know what the review code situation will be on that one. Maybe I'll get through the portal thing. I guess technically I'll get it through Game Pass regardless, so yeah, I guess so. You sent a game. So was I, man. It was kind of cool. Is that like the fastest showing a game to a studio getting closed ever? Like literally a week after, and they're already, you know, they're like, oh, the studio's done. Like, what the fuck was the point of that? Was it just to win like brownie points for like fucking ASHA there being like, see, we got a new Hellblade, and then you just close the studio a week after? Like, what the fuck? Has that ever happened before? Xbox. Don't wait for us to cancel the games. Now we're just canceling the whole studios. Haha. It's just like, how can you look forward to anything Xbox does when you're not even sure if, like, not only the games are gonna get canceled, but the whole fucking studio is gonna be gone. Anything at that showcase could just not exist now. This is ridiculous. I got him. That was a good rocket shot there. Our favorite indie company, Xbox. Well, you better get used to the future of all your games from Xbox being on PlayStation. Basically how, you know, Sega fans had to feel getting their games on Nintendo platforms. Yeah, it's just the modern era equivalent of it. But we'll always have Xbox 360, guys. Until Microsoft decides to shut the servers off on those, because it doesn't make them enough money immediately. Oh fuck, they'll probably shut the Xbox 360 servers down, right? Because it costs them too much. They really are the bad guys. Biggest mass here actually is lacking your likes on the stream. Damn it. Gears. Yeah, Gears kind of did not do well at all there. I really didn't understand the whole Canadian studio making like a Deep South kind of game like that. I was like, okay. I feel like South at Midnight was like really close to being a pretty solid game, like a really great game. If just the combat and stuff would have been better. Yeah. Do-do-do. Not bad at all. But Halo. Actually, Halo Infinite had some pretty decent music, I thought. It's actually one of the few things I really liked about that game. Yeah. Reorganize themselves. It's too late, man. It's over. It's over. The best hope we have is they get the game library running on PC so you can abandon Xbox hardware. That's the best chance you got. That's the only chance we got. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I hope my Jason code pops up tomorrow. You want to do Dead by Daylight? That'll be chillax stream. Won't be popular, but it'll be chillax. Actually, could be popular though, because I think Jason will be like a tie, like a strong tie-in name for something. Todd Howard? Whoa, Todd Howard's too busy working on one game and one game only. I wonder what his thoughts are going to be on being forced to let others play with his toys. Wouldn't that be crazy though if all this stuff that's happening, like industry vets like Todd Howard is just like, fuck it, I'm out of here, and he just like leaves. That'd actually be quite fascinating. Because like some of those guys, they've made enough money where they don't really have to do it. Like I think Todd Howard's pretty well off. If he wanted to, he could probably just like fuck right off and just be done with it. Yeah. Seeing some really dumbass takes in this chat.
King of the hill.
That was a really good sticky grenade.
Lead.
I don't even know where it came from, but that was really good. The Pro is phenomenal. I made so much money off that PS5 Pro. One of the best consoles I ever fucking owned, dude. Fucking Prince cash that thing. You know, the S in PlayStation's a money sign. God, who is with this guy with these incredible sticky grenade sticks? Jesus. This is stuck left, right, and center for these guys. Man, I'm so sick of this tight-ass tiny level.
Hill control.
It's just Gunler's alt accounts, just so that you can talk trash about the best franchises. Hello Kittens was kind of damaged. Should have finished him off there. There we go. That guy's dead. Come on, teammate. You're supposed to finish that guy. Sure, every studio and every developer at Xbox right now is worried. Aside from the really rich ones, obviously.
Hill contested. Hill control.
That's just the economics of the situation, I guess. Oh, we had a shotgun. Yeah, that screwed me there. The Switch 2 and the Pro, I know. That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
Hill contested.
It's gonna be really interesting, though, to see the PlayStation handheld and stuff. In an alternate history, Xbox would have been doing well, and then, you know, you get that cool Xbox handheld, you'd be playing your Xbox games everywhere and stuff. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. It's kind of crazy, though, that a trillion-dollar company could fail this much. You can have all the money in the world, and at the end of the day, it comes down to the incompetence of individual people. And they say companies are infallible because, you know, they're entities, and they're always tethered to the emotions of people, the decisions of people. And if anything I've learned from AI, it's just derivative of our feelings. So it'll be the exact same problems in that kind of a circumstance. Damn it, I thought the needles got him. Yeah.
Hill control.
Triple kill.
Double kill. Triple kill. Hill control.
Damn it. Damn. Nice vids. Oh, thank you.
Hill moved.
This map is always such a clusterfuck. Sticky grenades and insanity. Sticky grenades and insanity.
Hill contested. Hill contested. Hill contested. Hill contested. Hill contested.
Damn it. BR was the smart choice, but didn't work out.
Hill control.
Xbox made money from the ROG Ally. Well, probably not. I mean, most of it would go to Asus. It was just a partnership to see how viable it was for Xbox to do a third-party OEM system like they're going to try with the next Xbox, where it's like the 3DO.
Hill.
It was just a testing ground thing.
Hill control.
Really just took a small licensing fee like they normally do. See, yet again, they think something, you know, that works for Windows is going to work for Xbox. Just a common Microsoft misunderstanding of gaming in the market. Damn it, I'm doing a one-shot. Back room game? Yeah, it's finished, man. The full walkthrough or whatever thing's on the channel there. It's 100% done. 100% finished. Finished it last week. If you need a link, let me know. Did you just watch part 1? Didn't see part 2? It's on the channel there. Finished the back rooms. I did it all. This guy, he fell to his knees in a midship map. Just kidding, it's a midship remake called Heretic.
Double kill. Hill control.
Trying to control the hill, it keeps sliding down.
Hill control.
Such an awkward spot.
5 minutes remaining. Hill move. Hill control.
It is interesting that the in-game ad era seems to be coming back. EA just patented something for it too recently. We're gonna have ads in-game. Which I already thought they were doing, and NBA already does, but I don't know, it's supposed to be more dynamic ads. I think we're going back to 2000s era gaming where they just like dynamic ads that change in the games.
Double kill. Hill control.
It's actually a pretty close game now that I see it.
Hill contested. Hill contested.
Ah, fuck. Are we really gonna lose by like 2 points?
Game
Well, 8 points. Wow, we were so close. God damn it. You only do the pro because you're a professional. Obviously. Everybody knows that, Groovy. Still gotta defend it. 4080. I just use my 4080. I don't need to stream it. But if ASHA did pull Call of Duty to be exclusive, then the courts of the government around the the world would force them to split off Activision Blizzard's company again. Yeah. They'd be in big legal trouble. Huge legal trouble. Do do do. Backrooms together, people. No, I did not hear Filet. Is that out now? I heard nothing from them. I can try bumping them again if you poke me on the Discord, but I heard nothing. I was kind of hoping with the bump on the interview too, with it doing so well, that I could get the Bond actor, but I haven't heard anything there either. I think he was making silly TikToks or something, so he might be busy doing that. King of the Hill.
King of the hill.
Yeah, feels like we're playing against the same people over and over again. Weird. God damn it, teammates. You just had to shoot him once in the head for me. God damn it.
Hill control.
I mean, yeah, if PlayStation wanted to pick up any studios, they'd probably be pretty cheap. On the 18th, yeah, I didn't hear back. I'll poke again. If I remember to. If I recall. I'm so behind all this work stuff I gotta get done. Another day not getting all the videos done that I wanted. But once this is done, I'm gonna go make some bitchin' good sandwiches. Oh yeah. The Flash. After the Flash movie bombed that badly, do you think they're gonna make a game all around that?
Double kill. Hill control.
I feel like we were robbed of all these movie/show to games that we could have had over the years, just because the market and the time it takes to make games is too long now. That guy had really good grenades. Really, really good grenades.
Hill control.
Definitely starting to think the gaming industry is in a bit of danger, though, as far as AAA goes.
Killjoy.
Definitely a lot of issues arising.
Hill control.
Ah, there were simpler times in games. Blade? Actually, apparently Blade was cancelled, and that's why Arcane's closing. Or it's on the chopping block. Yeah, apparently Blade got cancelled. Yeah. Can you see Arcane on the cool tombstone? It's on the left-hand side of the thumbnail. Pretty sick thumbnail. Technology's improved a lot. Huge advancements. Huge.
Hill contested.
What's happening is our team is getting pounded in King of the Hill here. Oh, new comboed poor Eve Willow. No. Damn it. Again, I don't know why they went with like a licensed property like that. The royalties are just kill your earnings on it. I don't even think a Blade game would do that well. Were there Blade? There was probably Blade games in the 2000s, right? I'm trying to think if there was. I'm pretty sure there was. I don't know what those have aged. Damn it, dude. Yeah. Yep, Arcane made some good stuff.
Game over.
In the end, that doesn't even matter to the Microsoft Corporation. None of it matters in the end. If you ain't Call of Duty, you ain't a franchise. Deathloop in Redfall. Well, Deathloop was critically acclaimed. That one I never really necessarily agreed with, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I never really got the whole critically acclaimed thing for Deathloop. I didn't get that. Did not make sense to me. Now we wait. But yeah, Redfall was Arcane Austin, so this would be Arcane proper that would be on the chopping block. Yeah, Arcane proper. That documentary they made would be so much sadder now. Xbox gamers, they've lost so much, but yet they still cheer on the Xbox Corporation. Just because they find ASHA pretty. It's amazing how you can get away with so much. Nah, they're going back on exclusives. Yeah, they're flip-flopping like a fish out of water. Capture the flag.
Capture the flag.
Oh, damn it. Damn. These guys hiding on weird ledges at you.
Flag taken. Flag dropped. Flag taken. Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag stolen. Flag dropped.
Oh, I somehow stuck myself after my death. That's fascinating. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Flag taken.
Yeah,
Flag stolen. Flag captured.
it is Xbox over.
Dropped. Flag stolen. Flag.
We'll always have 360 though, guys. Until they shut down the servers.
Flag dropped. Flag stolen. 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 Flag stolen. Flag dropped. Flag stolen. Flag dropped.
Juggle that flag like your life depended on it.
Stolen. Flag dropped. Flag
Didn't stand a chance there. I should have streamed Kill. They didn't even send me like a review code for that one. I had to like wait through their other thing to get access to that. It's kind of annoying. They didn't even advertise or promote that game at all, dude. It was basically just sent out there to die. They'll probably be like delisting and refunding it soon, I would imagine. There's like no one playing it. I hate when people go up on those ledges there. I hate the auto. I'm trying to shoot the fuel thing behind him, but it keeps like auto aiming to where he is.
Flag stolen. Flag drop. Flag stolen. Flag drop. Flag stolen. Flag drop.
Oh, come on. Didn't give me the red lock on. That sucks. I thought our team's playing. I'm surprised we captured one flag at all. Only Swenson killed. It's like the 3 people that own that game. As I said, I don't really understand what the commercial viability of that one was ever. Yeah, I think they just got this on lock.
Flag dropped. Killjoy.
Damn, dude. Yeah, Xbox had a lot of those quality control issues where all their games ran at 30 FPS.
Flag
It's kind of embarrassing.
Flag stolen. Flag drop. Flag stolen. Flag drop. Flag stolen.
Alright, last game.
Stolen.
Alright, guys. I've had my fill of Xbox dying today. What a magical time. I think we're going to probably be Dead by Daylight tomorrow, I would imagine, assuming the code pops in, and yeah, that's about it, guys. That's the start of the 2026 Death of Xbox ASHA edition. Where will this take us? Who will be gone? Who will remain? These questions revealed in the weeks to come. Dun dun dun.